Shut up and sit down.
Don't think. There you go. Look at that. Hey. Got it just in time there. Yeah. Hello, folks. Anyway, Colin here for Festa 67's workshop. And the Gnu, the Foxy Kings, and all of that. Look, welcome to our usual Friday frolic shenanigans and all of that lot.
Yes.
The modelling stream that is basically the fag end or the cigarette end or the cigarette butt of the community. Welcome. I know. Welcome to our oddball way of rounding up your Fridays, folks. Yes. And what are we going to be up to tonight? Well, first of all, I'm going to do the Patreon bit, then say hello to the chat, show you what I'm doing, and don't forget, it's the first week of the bump, folks, so get your posts in the gallery, because I shall be throwing a gallery in as well. Ooh. Because why not?
And don't forget the old man.
So don't forget the old man.
Don't forget the old.
So don't forget, folks, if you want to help me keep this channel alive, because, you know, I do need to keep it going, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or you can click the join button below or the dollar sign to leave a super chat. It all helps pay for this and keeps this coming for you. Also, don't forget, folks, I am going to be dropping in, hopefully in the next few weeks, a Wednesday stream as well, around about 9 o'clock on a Wednesday night. So keep that in mind, folks. I'm just going to get a few people together so that we can see who's available, and then we'll launch it. So there you go. I'm going to go and see who we've got in the groovy gang tonight, because we got it's been Sophie. Hello, Sophie. Lovely to see you. Hope you're keeping well. Lovely. Big hugs and all of that. Look, saying hi, everyone. Big wave back. We got Bill, the delightful man with multiple tables and benches.
Ooh, all the benches in the world.
Most people have a stash problem of kits, but Bill has a stash problem of benches. I reckon somewhere he's got a balsa wood flat pack bench that he just sits and assembles and then puts back.
Yeah, it's like getting the part work and putting it together and taking it apart.
Exactly. I reckon that's what he's waiting for. Do from fan home, bench building. He'll go, yeah, I'm having that.
2-year bench build.
Absolutely. That's me saying hello to everyone in the chat. Bill saying good evening, Mr. Festa. The Gnu saying good evening, Parps, Lintels and Gerbil Spoons. Bill says evening to the Guru of Foxness. AJ is in. Says good evening, everyone. Hello, AJ. Lovely to see you, mate, and all of that. Look, hope you're keeping well. Sophie's waving to everyone. Oh, so Aurora is in. I'm sure it's Aurora. The girl's name.
Aurora, yeah.
I've put it in further down below, but I don't know whether I spelt it right. But as far as I know, it's Aurora.
Yeah, I think you said it was Aurora. Like the glowy sky.
Yeah.
Aurora.
So hello to...
I can't do that deep voice. I nearly broke my face then.
Marcus, the legend, purveyor of the bestest beard in the world. Say good evening, Colin Fox, and all in chat. The Bobbins has become a channel member. Bobbins, thank you so much for joining the Groovy Gang. Welcome, and mate, it's massively appreciated. So thank you very much for your kindness. That gives you access to the Zoom 24/7 hangout. Don't forget, Bobbins, there is all the details in the post when you click on it. It says Bill's become a member as well. So yeah, it looks like the prompt is just kicking in for some reason there. But yes, Bill's been for 5 months and the Bobbins is 50 months. So yes, there you go. So yeah, it's the Stream Elements has realised that there's that ability to do that. So we have also got But Jeff Light is in saying hello, Colin, Fox, and everyone in chat. Hello, Jeff, and big ups to Maggie. Hope you're both keeping well. And yeah, MotoGP weekend this week. I watched bikes go around in circles this afternoon. Was getting me knee down on my chair, and the wife just looks at me and went, "You really are quite sad, aren't you?" I went, "Yeah."
You know, when you're getting your knee down, do you pop your lips out as well?
Oh yeah, I do that proper elbows out biker expression of yeah. That look Valentino Rossi used to have when he approached Casanova Sevilla, Mugello. Yeah.
It's like getting a big heavy machine gun in a video game. Lips out.
Yeah, your eyelids open so far that they roll up over the top of your head, mate.
Yeah.
James is in. Hello again, James. I see you just now in the chat in Rossi's show. Hello, mate. Evening, Colin, Fox, and all in chat. Festa and Foxx, yes.
Yeah.
Don't forget now, Rossi's live before me on a Friday, folks, so go and share the love and keep him company. I have to say this, I'm contractually obliged, because he will wibble like a 4-year-old girl if I don't. So I've done my bit and been polite and I've pimped him. There you go. Aurora says hi to Marcus, who says hi to Jeff and Maggie. Sophie saying hello to Jeff. That's me saying I'll probably throw in a gallery. Jeff Light says Wednesday evening's coming back. Super cool. Yes, mate. I've been wanting to do it for a while, Jeff, but as you all know, I've been coming back into streaming slowly after my medical issues last year, and I've been quite strictly monitored how I do things, but I can now look at adding that to the schedule and see how I go with it. So that'll probably be it for my schedule then on my channel. Wednesdays and Fridays on mine, and then obviously the E-Models Monday on alternate weeks on theirs. And I think that'll be a stream a day off, a stream a day off. I might be able to cope with that. So there might be the odd week, 1 month, where I just need to take a step away for a week. So bear that in mind. But
you can at least try it, can't you?
yeah, but that's about probably my limit, to be honest with you. So, but thank you for your support there, Jeff. Yeah, I'm looking at doing it 9 p.m. on a Wednesday because it's school night for everyone, and I'm very conscious of that. I'll keep the Frolic on its midnight time because that way anyone else that's now streaming of an evening I won't clash. I went into Rossi's and asked him if I needed to change me times because I make a point of not clashing with people. So hopefully I can squeeze in a Wednesday show and not tread on any toes. But it's people that are in my inner circle that I won't clash with, so I'm covering all my bases. Sophie says, homemade dark chocolate muffins for everyone. Road trip. Sophie's going to hear this noise now, and it's going to go like a Gatling gun. It's going to be all the car doors shutting as we all go up the path.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knocks on the door at the same time.
Absolutely. Connor is in saying hi, everyone. Hello,
hey,
Connor. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Lovely to see you. Aurora hasn't forgotten. Don't forget, folks, bench, belly, beverage, and all of that. And straight in by coincidence.
By coincidence.
Aurora's got a bag of chips earlier, now having pesto spaghetti with garlic bread. He's got a 72nd Edward Tornado working on the cockpit. PE. Bevy, good start, Cole. Bevy's a diet coke, beard unkempt and needed a trim. I did mine earlier because I look like an oboe. And yeah, the missus threw £50 at me and said, yeah, can you go and do it, fat boy? I was like, yeah, all right.
Yes, I need to do mine. I'm getting to that rail car stage.
I did a, what's his name? Just doing a thank you to Marcus because he's put in a €5.99 super chat.
Very much, Marcus.
Thank you very, very kindly for that, mate. That really helps me out. Yes.
Towards the fund.
That's a trim. Look.
Oh, look at that. That's very posh. I wouldn't show you mine. It's just all hobo-ness.
Yeah, well, yeah. I had to do it. Also, we have got amongst us. We have got a legend, folks. We Roll down your turtleneck jumpers because a legend that is Candy Grab for Mongo, our very own modelling community, Carl Sagan, has graced us with his royal presence. Says I, Festa and Guru, Jeff, Bobbins, James Marcus, Chaos Bill, Sophie, AJ, and all in chat. Hello, Jeff. Lovely to see you.
The suppression of uncomfortable ideas may be common in religion and politics, but it is not the path to knowledge. It has no place in the endeavour of science.
Absolutely.
I've had that ready for ages.
I know. Good quote. Good quote. You can have that, bad boy.
Yeah.
Jeff says, my resident PATRON has a weekend of moto. Is she getting her knee down, Jeff? Good girl. Well done, Maggie. Connor says, bench. Excuse me, he's sketching. Belly, sausage and chips, beverage, water. Marcus says very posh. Yes, I thought I'd do it, mate. It's funny. I got a load of been in the good books, but also some. We'll keep an eye on you today because I had my checkup today and I've dropped 3 stone.
Cool.
And yes, quite rapidly as well. So I've been put on monitoring time because the Festa seems to be disappearing before your very eyes. So yeah. Anyway, Marcus says very posh. Thank you, young Marcus. I didn't get any beard dye out. I've got my grey tram lights. I don't know why I'm doing it on my chin because you can't see my chin. But I've
got. You not want to go all?
Looks like Back to the Future tyre marks down the middle of my chin now. But yeah.
You can't get the beard dye. You'll end up looking like Steven Seagal or something, and that's not a look.
Oh yeah, what's going on with his Dracula forehead, eh? But
what's going on with his mind? Never mind his forehead.
Yeah, he is a very unique character, isn't he, Mr. Seagal? Yeah. Sophie says, bench, I am knitting a scarf. Oh, nice. Doctor Who scarf. Belly tomato ketchup flavour crisp. Oh, good girl.
Oh, get in. 1985, hello.
Beverage is Staropramen, something like that. Staropramen.
Some Polish beer or something?
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
Happy days. I had fish finger sandwiches the other night, mate.
Ooh.
No, proper. Yeah.
Ooh, I've got tiger loaf. I could put fish fingers on tiger loaf.
Absolutely. And Bill has put in a £5 super chat and he's gone time Fox. There you go.
Oh, right. Well, before I do that very quickly then, I'll get out of the way what I'm doing because then I'll shut up. You can see I've got my horses. I'm fine. My morph is fine. I've got my horses. Only a little bit left to do on them. And when I finish them, I'll be starting some skeleton dudes or carrying on with some skeleton dudes that I did about 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
Now, I'll shut up now. 5 minutes.
Yes, you got to put up with me for 5 minutes before I start the gallery. Then that's if you want a gallery tonight. You know, if you fancy a bit of gallery, I'll do a bit of gallery for you folks. But yeah, so what am I up to at the moment? Let's get the lid off the box. That'll be easy, Cole, won't it? Because, yeah. Right. I am continuing with the buildy of the old Rubber BT 46B fan car. Back from the good old days of the Swedish GP in 1978, driven by the late, great Nicky and he's louder. Yeah, Nicky and he's louder. See what I did there? I'll stop now. So that's what I'm up to. I'm doing all the sub-assemblies and just basically getting bits joined together for future painting. So that's what I'm up to on that. The eagle-eyed of you would have seen that I've been doing some work, or finishing work, should we say. Let's bring him out onto the bench. You might have seen this during the week because I was faffing around with some AI. And yeah, I've been doing a bit of work on the old Roman there. So he's coming to an end. And then I 3D printed the base this morning ready for Sam and his Rye. See what I did there? So I've been putting him together and I've spent literally a week going round DC just the seams on his legs and torso because... yeah, these kits, they seem to want to put seams right down the middle of every pair of arms, legs, and all of that lot. And yeah, I like to de-seam and get rid of all of that rubbish because you don't want to see that. And then obviously old Roman there's going, yeah, you want some? Yeah, you. Oi, you. Yeah. So, yeah. So he made an appearance during the week on the Facebook group there. I posted it around a few groups and all of that lot because, yeah, I had a play and I was pleased with myself. And when I'm pleased with myself, I thought I'm going to pimp myself this week because I'm pleased with it. What else? I dug my digger back down from the shelf of storage whilst I had a bit of a move round. So he's going to be coming out again at some point where I'm going to go back in and do all the brick walls, all the graffiti and everything where they're pulling down the wall. And then I'll be able to finish the base off and get this bad boy done and dusted. So I've got all my concrete treatment to do, all the different tones of that. And then I can go round and do all the streaking and all of that lot and finish this bad boy off. 'Cause I started this about a year ago, and I'm ashamed to admit that it sat on the shelf of doom, which it shouldn't have been, but it was to protect it because it is quite fragile. And the eagle-eyed will notice that I shaped this like an acoustic guitar because I do like a bit of guitaring back in the day, and it was just my little nod to something I can no longer do. So there you go. So that's that. What else have I been up to? Part works, I've been getting them all ready. I can wind up, in case he's watching this back, because he's not in at the moment, because he's a bit poorly bad. But in nod to my absent friend, PJ, and he'll probably cringe because I've said he's a bit poorly, but he's a mate and I care about his welfare and his health like he does mine. And if you're watching this back, my old China, one, missing your dude, get well soon and all of that lot. And that goes from the guru as well. He said that before he came in. He was asking me, because I reached out to PJ during the week and asked him whether he's all right. And yeah, he'll be cringing. But he's, you know, it's not life or death, but he's just a bit under the weather, and he'll be back when he's feeling a bit better, folks. But any little nod there to PJ, and yeah, it's the bluey car, because why not? Why not? Why not do it, Cole? Why not, mate? Look, it is. Hello, PJ. So yeah, so there you go. So that's going to have the base painted. I need to do the more mud on it and that this week. So I'm going to be doing that so that I can then start boxing it up and getting it all sorted out and ready for transportation. What else have we got? Let's just put that safely. Dug out the Harlequin Star Weaver. I've got all the Harlequins back out, so they're getting ready because the Wednesday stream's going to run every Wednesday. Obviously, that's why it's called the Wednesday stream, Carl. But the first week of each month will be Warhammer Wednesday.
Warhammer Wednesday.
So you'll have to put up with him again 1 week a month on the Wednesday so that we can get our backlog of Warhammer returned to the stream and get some of them done. So once a month, the Wednesday stream at the beginning first week will be a Warhammer Wednesday, and then the rest of the month will be me and a group full of idiots that can all go around and guffaw and generally ruin your midweek expectations. But being that it's hump day, and you know, it might help you get the midweek blues out of your system. So keep an eye out for that. And this will be making a return because I should be doing all the base work for it and all of that lot as a kick-off for the Warhammer Wednesday when that starts. So what do you reckon, Fox? We'll launch that next month?
I reckon that'll be good.
July. First week of July, Warhammer Wednesday. And then those in the chat that have had a message from me, I'll do an hangout between now and the first week of July where we can sit together and see about availability, and then we can start dropping the rest of us in on the Wednesdays if you so want to. So keep an eye out for that.
I'll try to make sure I don't forget everything I've just said. I will. It'll be fun. That Star Weaver looks awesome, though.
In everything.
So many diamonds.
So that'll give us a chance to have a looky-loo at starting all of that lot up. So if that's still a thing that people want, then we'll look at doing it. Marcus Belly, 35th to be a panther. D says, Belly McDonald's quart pounder, beverage, whiskey and beer. Gets in there. Ooh. Aurora says, Segal is so far off the planet, he's passing astronauts. Yes.
Passing astronauts, I see a doctor about that.
Jeff says, that Roman soldier's painted so well, I could have sworn I saw it walking around. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was one of them, with it. It's Jeff says, PJ, Maggie, and I wish you a very speedy recovery, mate. Yeah, and they're all saying that PJ gets back at 200% very, very soon. Exactly. He'll be cringing now. Go, Wilkinson, you.
He'll be like that.
But he's always one of the first people that reaches out to me when I was, how could I say, away on holiday last year for a bit. You know, he sent me some wonderful, really motivating and personal messages, and I don't forget people when they do that. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
So he gets the same back off of me. So yeah, come on, mate. We're missing you.
Yep.
He is loved.
Aye.
James Belly, chicken and rice, bench, Revell 125th, 69 Mutang, Boss 302, modified into a 4x4, beverages, Pepsi. Stephen Haynes Models is in, says Festa Foxx. Hello, Stephen, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Bill Bolton says, hi, everyone, I hope I haven't missed much. Nope, just been killing time till you got in, Phil. Lovely to see you, mate. Again, I hope you're keeping well, mate. You know why. Marcus is off to bed. Take care, Colin and Fox, and all of you in chat. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye, Marcus. You take care, buddy. Stephen says hi to Sophie. Phil says pleasant dreams to Marcus. Jeff Candygram for Mongo has gone YWOBB. Also get well soon, PJ, and has put in a $10 super chat. Thank you very, very kindly, Jeff.
It's a while since we've had a YWOBB, isn't it?
Yeah, he also gets a YWOBB.
Ooh.
I shall give him that down. Jeff Light says Warhammer Wednesday or something. Yeah, we've got to do a Warhammer Wednesday purely because I've got 6 A4 storage boxes full up with Warhammers, a projects box full of them, a box up there full of Cromlech, a Cromlech Tiger to build and paint, plus a black coach to do for the wife. So I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah, just one or two, Mrs. Wembley.
Jeff saying, take care. Marcus, Stephen Haynes is saying hello to everyone. Bill Bolton says, I'm doing fine, mate. I hope you're well. I'm all right, mate. I'm on a lot of new Fandangle meds, mate. And, yeah, I'm in a good spot. You know, I've got some new coping techniques, should we say, that I am implementing. And I'm lucky I've got H and the boys around me that keep me sane. I'll use the word loosely, as sane as I can be kept, mate.
Yeah.
So there you go.
They are your mental baby gates, aren't they?
They are. They really are. And yeah, so
otherwise you'd be getting into all the kitchen cupboards and it's not good.
Would I do such a thing?
You would get into all the cupboards. You would. You know you would.
Absolutely.
Don't even pretend you wouldn't.
So I've done that. Let's have a quick looky-loo at the Facebooks and see whether we can just start a bit of gallery in it. Oh, yeah. Fancy a bit of that, you old guru?
I'm always up for a bit of galerium.
Let's do a refresh.
While you're doing that. Yes, I thought tonight I'd get these guys finished. I've only got a little bit left to do. And I was going to crack on with my Orc bone crusher big truck thing that was started painting. But I realised that I never finished building the Aussie Arc Bone Reaper Tithe Echelon just a long sentence of nonsense words, that Mama Wolf bought me about 3 or 4 years ago, and it was the last present she ever bought me.
Oh, right.
She's still alive. She's not gone anywhere. It was like the last time she was in a situation where she was able to order things online.
Yeah.
She can't do that anymore.
Oh.
So, and it was the last thing she ever got me as a birthday present. So I'm like, I must finish making that.
Oh,
so that's what
bless
I'm going
her.
to do. So when I finish these, lots of skeleton dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was actually the last thing she bought. Oh no, the last thing she bought was 3 Christmas trees for no reason whatsoever in the July one year.
Yeah,
that was the last thing she ever bought. Yeah, she said, "Oh, I've ordered some Christmas trees." As she was off into hospital, I'm like, "Great, thanks for dropping that in my lap."
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah, thankfully by the time she came back, she'd forgotten she'd even ordered them, so I was able to get rid of them.
No.
But, yeah. So I spotted that and was like, "Oh no, I must finish building that."
Happy days. Right, gang, let's add a bit of gallery goodness. Let's put me chat back up so that I can see everyone and what you're all saying. Right, folks.
Let's have while I move it.
Yeah, let's have a bit of gallery goodness. Sophie said hello to Stephen there. So, first up for our delectation is Alan and his Parker. This is an MFH 1/12 scale Aston Martin DB4 GTZ upgrade 3 or update 3. He says, I've spent the week getting the doors fitted. As I suspected, the sliding hinge system that they have used is dreadful. It's almost impossible to get the doors to sit with an even gap, as the doors can move forward and backwards when closed. We'll push on though and see how she works out. Thanks for looking, as always. Oh, I mean, what sliding in system are they using? Is it brass tube? Is it something like that you can thicken up at all?
Yeah. Are you twitching because of the photo etch, Festa?
Yeah, there is a nervous twitch, mate, developing, but yeah. But yeah, it's an MFH. It is nice, isn't it? But yeah.
Nice shaped car as well.
Yeah, it looks rather sexy, doesn't it? But yeah, I can imagine them door hinges, mate. They're gonna mess with your chi, mate, because yeah, you can't have different panel gaps around it because it's going to stick out like a blind cobbler's thumb, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's looking mint, mate. We just know this is going to turn into a really, really beautiful bit of work, mate. Next up, we've got Edward and his Leonard folks. Yes.
Ooh.
Finished the 1/35 scale Boulder Models Apocalypse from the video game Red Alert 3. Thanks for looking, he says, and cheers. Happy
I thought it looked
days.
a bit alternative history-ish.
Let's have a looky pops at this. Bang. Oh, look at that. Oh, mate, this is right up your street, isn't it?
I know. I never played the Red Alert games because I like RTS strategies, but I like some of the vehicles they have in them. The sort of what-if conceptual, slightly alt history army stuff.
That is a turret to die for on that, isn't it?
Yeah. And you know, at some point the Russians would have had 2 lots of tank tracks on the tank.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just to be difficult.
Yeah.
Stephen says, belly, chicken and curry and rice, bench, whip it and Mark 4 tanks, beverage, Foster's Shandy. It's in my son.
Ooh, Shandy.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that chip in on all the weathering he's got going on there, mate.
Look at the bottles of vodka in the crate.
Yeah, anyone else would have had, additional bombs, missiles, RPGs. Nah, fill it up with vodka,
It's
mate.
vodka, debil.
Yeah.
Got the cheeky breaky going on there.
He's proper Brahms unlisted, hey? Look at him, he's gone, isn't he?
And there's like 1 million grenade launchers or smoke launchers on the turret.
At risk of a groan, I can imagine he is well and truly tanked. Oh, yeah. What do you reckon his name is? Igor or Yerzy, Yuri or...
Ivan.
Yeah.
You only got one eye. You see?
Yeah.
You see my joke?
I'll see what he did there.
Laugh. Damn you.
Do I have to?
You should.
Don't.
Don't laugh.
You go.
Change my mind.
Yeah, I like that.
That's
I
looking
like
awesome.
that a lot.
I've just realised it's twin barrel as well. Kick ass.
I know it's got a bit of a.
I like twin barrel tanks. There's the Warhammer one. There's the one in from Mobile Suit Gundam, and there's that.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, he's got all out on this bad boy. Look at that rusted up on the front of the old plough there, giving it the beans.
Yeah. I could see you walking that up.
Yeah, there is potential in there.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept, isn't it?
Mm. So I'm vaguely familiar with the games, but only vaguely.
Yeah.
I think it's an alt history post World War II. What if the war didn't fit or something?
Oh right, yeah.
I could be wrong. Phil Bolton puts a £10 super chat in and says, "Do you gents have any plans to bring back the gallery?"
Yeah, we're doing it now, buddy.
Is that the kind of facepalm question of the week? Do you think?
No, not at all. No. Yeah, first week of the month, mate. We forgot last month. And I did hold my head in shame because, I kind of forgot, mate. And, that's hence why I loaded it up tonight, because, yes. So in answer to your question, mate, yes, we do, buddy. Yeah. And, there's still time to post, mate. I'll do a refresh at the end just in case I miss anyone. So we'll keep going as much as we can, mate.
I wonder if there's a little missile launchers on the right side there.
Let's have a looky, Pots. What these? Yeah, it's even smoke canisters.
On the right hand side, the bigger ones.
Oh, the one with all the buttonage and the little monitor. Yeah, I can imagine they are.
Little anti-aircraft missiles.
Phil says, "Doll." Sorry, he says I stepped away for a few minutes to let the dog out. No. Yes, Phil. We do plan on bringing it. Oh,
I tell you what, I like the handle of the hatchet on the thing there, just across from the fire extinguishers.
Yeah,
Have you seen it?
He's proper done a good job on that, isn't he?
Like just untreated wood look.
Yes.
Very nice.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, that's proper been through the wars, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Definitely got potential, mate, isn't it?
Let's churn some stuff up, that has.
Yeah, that's going to be kept an eye on that kit. Make a note of what that is at the end. Yeah.
Attacker.
That's got a rump to die for, isn't it?
Yeah. And in translation, that would be attacker.
Really? Thanks for clarifying that, mate. Because I was struggling there, mate. I was I was about to ask you what it meant.
Oh, he's lit it up. It's got lights in it.
I know. It's scary, isn't it?
Ooh.
I know.
I didn't even know there were 135th kits of Command and Conquer.
Yeah. It's nice as even got the little lights next to the hammer and sick on it all. Nice one, mate. I do like that. That is a really, really sexy bit of kit, mate.
Yeah, nice. Quite big as well. Quite a big kit.
35th YWOBB Apocalypse. There you go. Interesting.
Very nicely done.
That is. This was Ross and his Medlock, another bearded wonder there. He's Austin Powers' Mini-Me. He's got the same beard as Marcus now. But Marcus has got
Just
the proper cats in bird's eye white beard, mate.
Oh, yeah.
So he does win.
No one can aspire to the Marcus beard, though.
Exactly. And this was his Friday night at the bench with the 32nd HK Lancaster. Yes, he says he's new to streaming or looking to level up. Yeah, there you go. So there you go. He's not new to streaming. He used to stream. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to make a Lancaster at some point.
So he's now streaming on a Friday folks even. So there you go. Happy days. This is Marcus streaming tomorrow night. Painting, brick building, swearing, imbibbing, inserting, drinks, throwing under the bus, totally. There you go.
He's calling us from the past to tell us about the future.
There you go. So, yeah, Saturday night stream there. Pop over and share the love, folks. This is Bill, is easing back into it with some Diamond Dog. Good to see you back at the bench, mate.
Yeah.
Because, he's been away from his bench because he's been a bit poorly himself, bless him. So this is his diamond art bench, this one. So, yeah, he just scoots along around in his man cave. Yeah. So, yeah, he's doing a bit of the old diamond artage. There you go, folks. Good to have you back, Bill.
Aye.
Happy days. Rod and his Eton. This is going to be next on his bench, and it's a Smith Houston tugboat.
Ooh.
So he's going to be doing a bit of that. My question to you...
Tug.
Go on.
No, go on. I just said I like a nice tug.
That's right, you stopped me in my tracks, so carry on, mate.
No, he said your question was what?
Oh, right. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Are you going to do a seascape, Rod? It's all right. It's just you stopped me in my tracks and I lost my train of thought, mate. That was all. Yeah. So if you're watching, Rod, or watching back, yeah. Are you doing a seascape with it? So there you go. And that's 140 of Revell's finest parts. Absolutely, mate. Famous for their swap guide box art. Yes, folks.
You notice on the ship kits they just do they do paintings, not photographs.
Absolutely, mate.
It's for the best.
Absolutely. And this is my little Roman geezer. The Roman Legionnaire is nearly done. So I thought I would share the latest pics, folks. So, yeah, we got a bit of the old Roman going on there, mate, and he's looking a bit unhappy with himself.
Yeah, he's got that kind of grumpy soldier sergeant face, hasn't he?
I would say he's got the ump. So there you go. He's now saying, yeah.
That is so cool.
You want some of that? Yeah. So there you go, folks. All joking aside, I have thoroughly enjoyed painting this little chap. And
Lovely.
yeah, and hopefully it's coming out on screen, but there is a bit of wood grain going on the base as well, folks. So
yeah, I think it looks fantastic.
it took you a while, didn't it, to realise that it wasn't actually a wooden base? But
I thought you just bought like a little wooden plinth or something and
no.
based it.
The eagle-eyed will spot the rear tyre off the Mad Max Full Falcon sat there because, yeah.
To scale. That's how big a Roman was compared to a car tyre.
Absolutely. So there you go. And that is, for those that wanted to know, it's the Mini Art 1/16th scale Roman Legionnaire, kindly sent to me by Ron. And he's
I love that animated model idea. I have to do more of those.
And he says, looks absolutely amazing and well done. He taught me well, didn't you, Ron? You taught me well.
You learned all your things from him, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Everything you need to know.
Philip Prime there for his Tuesday stream. I must pop back at some point and say hello. I will do when I can do a guest spot. So I will pop back and see him. Christopher Robert Porter, my chapter master is finally finished. Oh. Let's have a looky, kids. Is this something up your street, Geese? Yes, there you go. Look at that.
Warhammer Horus Heresy, I think.
Jeff says, magnificent work on the room. Oh, thank you, Jeff, mate. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done some figures and that, and I've got all of my pre-primed figures down off the shelf now that I 3D printed and that, and I'm going to sit and film them all, mate, so keep an eye out for them. They'll be going up in the members section to start with, and then they'll go out on general release a little bit later in the day. So they will be coming soon. Sorry, mate.
Jeff says magnificent work on the Roman soldier.
Yeah, I just read that out, mate.
Oh, did you? Oh,
yeah,
I was looking at.
That's the conversation I was having just now about doing the figures and all of that lot, mate. Pay attention, dear.
I was looking at the picture.
You mocked Phil for his plans on bringing back the gallery, and I answered Jeff's question after reading it out, and you go, Jeff says.
I was looking at Warhammers. What can I say?
Oh, yes, someone else distracted you, didn't they?
Yeah.
But
It looks like a Horus Heresy there. That's, I think it's, I'm not sure which one it is. That's a Blood Angel, I think.
See the bloke that runs the market stall down the High Street?
Yeah, Roger.
Horus Heresy. I'm sure it is. I'm sure that's the bloke.
That's the one.
Boy, Horus. Fox was talking about you the other night. See what I did there? I won't do it again.
Nice bit of diorama there, lots of blood everywhere.
Absolutely, mate. They're proper having a bit of
maybe.
bit of a tear up there, Christopher, aren't they, mate?
Yeah.
Look at that cape. Is that a cape?
It's
a banner even. Yeah, it looks like a banner there because there's the spikes. Closing the spikes of the stick, mate. I do like that.
Yeah.
Some lovely work done there. Yeah.
It's always nice when people do their own custom bases rather than just doing whatever comes.
Absolutely. Look at the tiny little skulls poking out around the edges. See them?
Always need skulls in Warhammer. It's always about the skulls.
Skulls.
You've got the nice little emblem on the flag there as well.
You've got Old Man Vision, no? Because, unlike us, I'd have to have the microscope out for that because that's the standard Warhammer base, isn't it? 28mm, isn't it?
No, that's a bigger one. That's I assume it's I don't know if that's a resin kit or if it's just he's custom made load of different.
Because that's a standard height figure, isn't it? Or am I wrong?
Yeah, so that's like an Imperial Knight size base.
Right. Okay. I'll shut up then. But yeah,
I'm not sure if that's. I think it's just he's completely built that from scratch, just using the figures.
Nice one, mate. Get in there, my son.
Completely nice, very nice.
Yeah, it's not like us with old man eyesight, is he?
No, I can't see anything now.
Bill's just completed the 1-to-1 scale Rollinator, still counting it as a kit, as I haven't been on the bench for a month. Yeah, get in there, my son, mate.
It's flames. You need to put flames on it.
Carbon fibre, mate. You've got to have spinning rims on it.
Yeah, you have to make the little noise if you go backwards.
Yeah, well, my lads wanted me to pimp up my wheelchair and give it the bean, so it got carbon fibred.
Oh, you could put big sticky out fake exhaust pipes coming from underneath.
You wanted me to walk up my crutches as bolter guns, didn't you? Do you remember?
Yeah. Oh. Do them up as las rifles. See, walking along. Oh.
Yeah. I can imagine walking out in public like that. People would think that I was 4. But, it's good to see you back, though, Bill, in all seriousness, mate. And
about.
Yeah, just keep, how can we say? Just keep at it, mate. Keep challenging yourself, mate. You'll be fine. I took it out for a spin, should have had L plates. Yeah, what you need is one of them audio files. Beep, beep, this vehicle is reversing. Joe McCaslin, 3rd of June there. Look at that. He's doing another cutaway there. Asagawa P40E in 30-second scale. Time for a little cut up. The only issue is I need to rework some of the bulkheads.
Joe's the only person that can take like a 100-part kit and make it a 700-part kit.
Yeah, but by Christ, he does it well. Let's have a zoom in.
It's so worth it, though.
There you go. He's doing all the bulkheads and everything there. He's already had the saw out, as I can see. Yeah, look at that. He's going for it. And I love watching these stuff.
I wonder if he looks for kits that just say, contain no interior. That's mine.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Imagine it, like you say, he gets a Tiger tank without interior. Yeah,
And he's like, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, it's
that's like a bit like telling you you've got options.
Yeah. But I love it because it's proper old school scratch building. And anyone that hasn't done it, go and type Joe McCaslin in the search box on me Facebook group and just sit back with a cup of tea and a bacon sarnie and enjoy.
Yeah. Bobbins says he's got himself one of those mini art Romans.
Oh, mate, get into it. Get into it, Bobbins, yes.
Bill says, I used to say I had a model bench in my bedroom. Now I say I have a bed in my bench room. And Gunstar Scale Models is in. Says Ian Fox, Colin, and all in the chat.
Quinn Stars, that's Andy. Hello, Andy. How you doing, mate?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I'm going to zoom in, folks, because look at this. Absolutely stunning.
I wonder if that's bare metal foil on, or if it's just very good paint job.
Whatever it is, it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And I need to know. Well, Joe would have done airplane noises, I would have thought.
Yeah, he would. I always love the way he posts these, like in one post, he goes from the first initial box opening to the finished kit, and it's like, does he rattle these out in like a week?
Yeah, someone did comment earlier that, he's a machine.
It's like, look at that. It's just like 99.9.9.9% of that is just completely scratch built.
I know. Stunning, mate.
Absolutely gorgeous.
You know, and it just goes to show you, you can make a silk purse from a sow's ear, folks.
Just look at the cutouts he's got on that bit of paneling there, the strips.
Yeah.
How do you
I know.
How do you even cut those out straight without just making a mess of it?
Exactly.
No comprehend.
It's just unbelievable work, and I love that sort of stuff.
Mm.
You know, so yeah. Props to you there, Joe. See what I did there.
It goes to show that you could buy the cheapest, naffest, most basic Eastern European 1980s aircraft kit with like 3 parts and no detail. And if you put the effort in,
yeah, absolutely,
you can have
mate.
a big realistic kit.
And he's down a hole. He's got it ordered a Raspberry Pi after our conversation the other night. You are to blame. Welcome to the Raspberry Pi hole. Chris is down there as well over at Gross Models.
Oh, yeah.
My work is done, Jeff. I've got 2 people into Raspberry Pi, mate.
Your challenge now, Festa, is can you get Ted down that hole? You've got him down the 3D printing hole.
Oh, yeah.
That's only because he needed birds.
Ted did say the other day that he was mulling it over when I was chatting about Arduinos and that one. And
you could get Ted down the electronicals hole.
Yeah, so it's...
You'll never get me down there because I'm allergic to electricity. But
yeah, never say never. But yes, Andy, it's... yeah, it was out earlier, mate, the 3D printing, and yeah. This was E-Models Monday from last week.
E-Models more and E-Models more.
We are now back every fortnight on there. It'll be the 4-man show the first week of every month. Yep. Then 2 weeks after that, it'll be me and the Guru doing our thing. So not this Monday, but next Monday, we'll be doing our new E-Models builds on the E-Models Live.
Yes, and I still don't know what Festa's making.
No. You was hoping then. You was hoping then I was going to get it out on the stream.
Yeah, I beg your pardon.
So I did.
Festa's going to get it out on the stream, folks.
Yeah, that was the monthly rules reminder. Just review the group rules. It's just a automated rules reminder because, it's just all about be nice to each other etiquette. Yeah. It's right at the top of the group. You can't miss it.
Wheaton's Law.
Yeah, 99% of people know the rules, but they're not strict. But it's just generalised guidelines of let's be nice to each other. Yeah. Phil's back to YouTube's lowest standards. Mate, we're lower than the Snake's Hampton on here, mate. You can't get lower than that.
Andy says, I'm coming to you if I get stuck with it, Colin.
No worries, mate, but you're pretty lucky with your printer because it's going to be pretty much plug and play, mate. So, yeah. But mine's actually coming off the table for its quarterly clean-up shortly, and I'm adding some more parts to it, Andy. So, yeah.
More parts? What more parts can you add?
I am adding in a external SD card reader. It's already got all the extra USBs and all of that lot. But yeah, and it's networked as well. So
can you adjust it so you can also make a cup of coffee on it and stuff as well?
Well, what I used to do before I got my thermal cup is I used to put my cup on the print bed and warm the print bed up to keep me mug and tea warm.
Well, there you go then.
I did keep a bacon sandwich on it one night just to keep it warm. This was on a Frolic.
It's an essential tool in that case, bacon and brew.
Yeah, and then I realised I'm using a print bed as a toaster, basically. It's like,
this is not quite jerry rigging supposed to work.
Yeah. This is Alan Parker back with his Aston Martin DB4 GTZ update. Let's have a looky-loo here. We might see them old.
That hood, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, mate, what he does with these is absolutely stunning. It really is. I mean, I know why they're so expensive, these kits, but there's a hell of a lot. Excuse me. There's a lot of fettling you have to do to get the white resin and the white metal, and the resins to conform and that. But once they're done, they are beautiful works of art.
The best way to look at them is they're basically craftsman level kits, aren't they? It's not, you don't just slap it together. You're going to have some skills and expertise to put these things together.
Absolutely. Sophie says, monthly rule number 7. Gibbs rule number 7. Be nice to Sophie and get an homemade dark chocolate muffin. Haven't had an offer like that in a few years.
Steady now.
Yeah, rule number 7.
I always adhere to Rule 45. Clean your own mess up.
Yeah, that was on the other night. I'm now fully done. I've now fully got up to date with NCIS.
Oh, good lad. I'm up to date now, and I'm just walking through NCIS New Orleans.
Excuse me.
New Orleans.
Not watched any of that yet. Is it any good? Because I'm a bit of an original series.
It's actually good. It takes longer for the characters to grow on you than in regular NCIS because it's new, but they do grow on you, and it's like, you know what? I actually like that. One of the characters, it was a real Ziva thing where the character came in and I'm like, I don't like this character.
Yeah, you hated Ziva, didn't you? And I'm like, dude, you're grown to love Ziva.
Yeah, but I've grown to love this character now. It's like,
yeah, my missus absolutely loved the character of Ziva.
Yeah, I was like, please don't let her be the new character.
When Gibbs left, I was a bit reluctant because I couldn't get used to Parker, but I tolerated it, and it's like, yeah, he's all right.
Did you have a sort of lump in your throat for the opening scene for this latest episode? I bet you did.
Which one?
Of the latest episode where it starts off with, I don't want to say anything in case nobody's watched it, but the opening scene where somebody has a dream.
I got into the latest one I've seen is the McGee one where, it's 22 issue 17 or 18.
Yeah. It starts off with the scene and you go, wait, what? No. Oh.
Yeah. I thought a certain somebody was,
Yeah. I'm like, wait, what? Oh.
Yeah, I know what you mean now, yeah. I'm trying to word it where I don't give anything away.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. No.
Yeah, a certain abode may have been, yeah.
Space Rangers says, hi, Colin, hi, Fox. That car looks good. Hey, mate.
It does, doesn't it? Look at that.
What scale are they? Are they 12th or something?
12th or 24th? I think they're 12th or 24th. I don't know. I think they might be 12th. Andy will know because he does a lot of the MFH kits. I've never built one, so... No,
and it's a resin body, isn't it, and white metal parts?
Yeah, they're well out of my price range, mate. Yeah, stunning, beautiful kits. I honestly don't think I would be able to do one of these justice with my current build skills. So,
apparently, Ivy loves Ziva. She's into kick-ass women and loves gruesome fights. I'm worried what she's turning into.
This is why H, I think, likes Ziva because she's practicing her moves, getting them ready to throw me around the kitchen if I touch her white appliances.
Plus, she got the better of Tony, so of course we like her.
Yeah, but that dynamic was up there with Quark and Odo, wasn't it?
Oh, it was. Well, there's going to be that new set. I think it's next year, Tony and Ziva. NCIS Tony and Ziva.
I'm
in two minds about it because it's like, I love the characters, but will they be able to do it?
Spin-offs don't always normally work, do they? And I'll be intrigued to see how they're going to spin that. Is it going to be them as private detectives or... Is it NCIS Mossad version? I don't know,
Don't know. I think you'll like New Orleans. I think you'll get to like it. It's a slow burner to get started.
I haven't watched any yet. So we literally only finished NCIS yesterday. So this was Alan Parker from their Friday show that was on earlier. Friday just got what you've been buying this month section. So there you go, folks. So that's them wanting to know that. Oh, look, the finished build gallery.
Another one.
This is the same show with Pimpage.
Stefan Last is it. Says, good to catch one of your live shows again. I'm usually asleep at the time, but woke up fumingly at someone in a dream and couldn't go back to sleep. Oh, I hate when that happens.
Oh, mate, it's nothing worse than that. When you have a really good dream that has like a cliffhanger ending type thing, do you try to go back the following night?
Oh, yeah.
It never works, does it?
I had a dream the other night that was, I think for the first time ever, it was a Hollywood or TV show style dream.
Oh, right.
Where it was like, it had its own internal logic, but it was very surreal. And it's like, the dreams in TV shows, it's not really like what dreams are like. But this dream was exactly like that. And it involved a dead horse, and an off license. And I can't remember much of it now, but it was like, I woke up and thought, that was like a dream in a TV show. I didn't think that was real, but it was great.
Yeah,
But No, there's nothing worse than having an argument with someone in a dream, waking up and going, "Oh yeah, but oh," because you think of what you would have said.
Exactly that, mate. This is Marcus, Saturday evening here again with Annika doing his live stream tomorrow night. So pop over and have a looky-loo at that. Or tonight, Saturday night. We're in Saturday.
Wake up in the middle of the night going, "No, you're ridiculous." Oh, damn it.
Absolutely, mate. This is Alan doing his engine. Oh, this engine, dude. Look at that lot, eh?
Yeah, I think that might be a 1/8 or 1/12 maybe.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got the Jubilee clips on the pipes, mate. It's just like, knowing Alan, that's the correct firing order and all.
Yep.
Yeah, stunning work.
Pipes and tubes. Tubes.
All the tubes.
I like that word.
They've got all the fuel lines. Oh, mate. That's what you know, when anyone criticises and says, "Oh, they're too expensive," this is what you're paying for.
Yeah.
All this detail don't come cheap, folks.
That's the thing. You know, you look at a kit like that and somebody says, "Oh, it's a lot of money," and you think, "Yeah, but a plastic kit, it takes them 3.5 seconds to press the sprues in a giant steel press."
Yeah.
For a kit they probably spent a small amount of money researching 20 years ago.
Yeah.
These, they have to get all the different parts manufactured in different materials, probably from different places.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to mix like die-cast metal and resin and other parts, and you've got different manufacturers, it's going to cost them a fortune to make these kits.
Aurora says it's 1/12. It says at the top of the original post. Laugh out loud. I don't read all the information, mate. I'm trying to...
No, we don't read that. Space Ranger says, "Is that a real working motor?"
Exactly. But look at all the bolt heads and everything.
Bob Symes would make it work.
Absolutely.
Here we are with a nice little motor.
Absolutely. Look, there's all the bolt heads and everything. So he's obviously going through and doing his own 3D printable upgrades to it because,
he's doing a Festa.
Absolutely. You got to, ain't you?
Yeah.
And yet, like us, but we got
spoons.
We all have a load of spoons that we've made. I was having this chat with Andy when we met up during the week in the Zoom that we've all got drawers of different painted spoons and
spoons.
Still plastic at the end of the day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Beautiful
Sand
work.
it, prime it, test your paint.
This was a previous prime time modelling back on the 27th.
Damn. And up Steve Monday warning.
Yeah. The last one says, "Steve, I promise, I think 3 bulk freighters made from random junk may be enough to satisfy his appetite for now, but I have thoroughly enjoyed putting them together and slapping some primer on. Gets in. Have a looky, Pops."
Every time I see one of his builds, I remember I should paint that land speed he sent me.
Space Ranger says, "Have you seen those real small motors that run?" Yeah, the guy on YouTube building the little tiny engines, V8s and V12s, and stunning. Skill level Japan stuff, isn't it, mate?
Oh yeah, I can already recognise parts from a Stormwolf. That's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate.
Space Wolf, Stormwolf.
Yeah. It's just that he takes everyday objects and just boom.
He just makes them work. They look like proper studio models.
These are them little. Are they them bacteria drink bottle things that you get?
Yeah, little Yakult things. Yeah,
that's the ones.
And I love the fact that he there's a keyboard key there. I love that, an F1 key.
Brilliant. Isn't it?
I love the way he's like that. He
got the
understands
shift key, the opposite side.
Shift F1. Should have done Shift F4. Yeah, he fully understands the idea that it can look terrible until you get the primer on it, and then it all just goes ping and comes together.
Oh yeah, it all comes together, doesn't it?
Yeah. What's Shift F1 in keyboard shortcut? I can't remember. Shift F1.
Well, F1's help. Shift F1, I think, is mute, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's got a mute symbol on the key.
It's
a mute ship. That's looking rather fabulous.
It is rather nice. But I was like that with Insane Blade, where I had all the different bits I had added, and then once it got its base colour of Avalanche Sunset, it was like, yeah, it's come together now.
I mean, the one thing, apart from the fact he's got the mad skills for it anyway, the one thing Steve understands is the sort of the design language.
Yes.
So he doesn't just make some random ship that looks like you've just jammed some junk together. It's got like on that, it's got the headlights on the front, it's got the door in the middle, and it's got the little turrety thing at the back and the front, like it's a bridge, like a Star Destroyer. He understands the kind of design language of how
it makes it functional.
Yeah, it looks like everything serves a purpose. I love the stuff he puts together.
That's where people go wrong with steampunk, isn't it? Because they think adding sprockets to everything is steampunk, but it's actually make it look like it's a functional thing where the gears engage, the sprockets do a job, they're linked to a chain that operates something, you know.
Yeah, don't just jam a sprocket on the side of something.
Yeah.
There you go, it's mechanical. Not really.
Yeah, no, and that's where a lot of people make that mistake with it. And I like
that's just so good. I like the little baffle plate between the two engines as well. Just little
brilliant,
bits that seem to make sense. Oh yeah, I love Steve's stuff so much.
Yeah, it's good to see him back.
Shelves full of all these like primed up scratches.
Yeah, there you go. 3 of them on the side there.
Yeah, I think that one in the middle was using wasn't it like a little rack that some kind of sweets come in or something?
Yeah.
Sort of just built up around it.
Oh, I've seen him use tic-tac tubes and all kinds of stuff. Nerf guns is his favourite, isn't it? You know, they'll go down the local pound shop and just buy a load of water pistols and stuff like that, and lighters and stuff. And
Steve is the guy that won a Bane blade from E-Models, and it was literally just for Greebles.
Yeah.
He just used it all for Greebles. It's like, hey, it was free. You're not going to complain.
Exactly. Bill says, everyone, you need to sort your life out and recognise your priorities. Right, okay. Let's have a looky-loo and see which ones of these we think Bill ordered.
I'd say all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
All, pretty much.
Yeah, he likes his big ships. I give him that.
I like big boats, and I cannot lie.
Yeah. Oh, look, Bill. Trumpeter USS Midway. Whoa. Yeah.
That's no small feat.
Yeah. So come on then, Bill, you need to tell us. Did you get everything? You did, didn't you?
Did you just press add all to basket?
Yeah.
If it was Stalker, you just push the right stick in to take all.
Absolutely. Build What You Bring there was the primetime show from a few weeks back. Space Rangers says all of them. Yeah, not some of them.
Absolutely correct.
All of them, mate.
Is the right answer.
Christopher Robert Porter, my body's decayed and my mind has gone insane. Oh, Crimson Bee, what's that bay there? Called him forth. There you go. Oh, he looks as if he's got the right arm, doesn't he? Hey?
Oh, yeah.
He saw that coming.
Got a Space Marine backpack. I saw that coming. Did you notice my subdued reaction?
I did. Got to hand it to him.
I think you need to
I'll get me coat.
Think about what you've done.
What on earth do you think they're thinking? That is.
Just give me the parking ticket, all right?
Yeah. So really? Yeah.
I like the helmet. I'm not sure where the helmet's come from.
That is proper going for it, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't recognise that head at all from a Warhammer kit.
Has it been kit bashed from something else, like a Power Rangers?
I don't recognise the figure at all.
Yeah, it's
it
impressive.
Doesn't look Warhammery. Yeah,
I like that. It's got some good. What's the word? Muscle definition. That's the word, Cole. Proper ripped and all of that lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder whether that's a Power Rangers helmet.
I don't know. It's got a bit of Battle of the Planets going on as well.
That's the other one, Battle of the Planets.
Yeah, it's like the bad guy from Battle of the Planets, but in silver. I can't sit like that, I'd kill my knees if I sat like that.
Bill says, sadly, I've got to watch the pennies for the next few weeks. After that, it's clicking time. Oh, my God. Let's not encourage Bill to order the USS Midway, because that would be cruel, wouldn't it?
I've got a great little image in my image library of just this, caption thing with it says analyst, and what do we say when we're feeling sad? Patient. Add to basket. Analyst. No.
Aurora says Bill's ordered all of them, but then got a message from his credit card company asking, are you sure? Are you really sure? Absolutely positive. Okay then.
All right then.
Absolutely.
Well, he mailed them back and said, yeah, but there's no Warhammer in there. They went, oh, that's all right then.
Absolutely. Sophie says, hope Natasha's okay. Yeah, it's been a bit poorly bad, bless her, this week.
Yeah, not been too right this last couple of weeks.
No, she put a video out the other day, didn't she, when she was in hospital? It's like, yeah, just focus on getting well, love. That's what you need to focus on. This is my chapter master for my Berserk-inspired chapter called Wardens of the Eclipse. Still need to add the servitors from the Eye Marshal Elbrecht box to fill out the base a little more. This is what I have done so far, even.
Oh, it's the one we saw earlier in its finished state.
Yeah, there you go.
This is whip state.
Absolutely. We are going backwards, dear.
Yes.
So the kits will disassemble themselves and go back in their boxes.
We have some talented disassemblers in our groups.
Yeah, well, I could have spent ages trying to find where we got to, and I'm doing what you do on the E-Models gallery, starting from the top.
And look, if I didn't know better, I'd say that's good old stones from the garden diorama that I've done a few times.
Absolutely.
Stone chips and things from the garden.
Oh, yeah.
Great for dioramas.
Some twigs from my garden. My garden.
Yeah. Or trees, as we like to call them.
Yeah. This is Joe McCaslin there, doing some more panelling and bags and switches. And
almost like a document pouch. Is that a document? Oh,
yeah.
Man.
I know, it's scary, isn't it?
Just little bits of plastic card, and you can tell it's a flexible leather document pouch.
I know.
That's insane. Look at the little things on. Oh man.
Yeah, he's even got the little.
Switches and,
yeah, got the little clasp on it and everything, mate. Brilliant.
Gauges on the middle there. That's just nonsense.
Skill level Japan, mate.
Stop? Do we need to stop now and just not do anything?
Oh, I've already said to Charlie that all my saws are getting sent to Joe.
Yeah. And here's me covering up a panel gap with a strip of plastic card thinking I'm the bee's knees, and it's like, no.
Yeah, it is next level, isn't it? And I love all of that. That was Marcus from last week.
I got as far as using Easy Line, and that was it.
This was Natasha. This is a latch hook kit that she's been doing.
All right.
And this is of the birds, as you can see. And yeah, it's proper hook and hold a wall through, but she showed me the implement that she was using to do this. And as a bloke, I must admit, my toes curled underneath my feet.
Oh, I don't need to ask.
Yeah, it's a proper probus with a big hook on the end, made of metal with a big wooden handle, mate.
Like one of them fish in the Amazon. Oh,
yeah, and I saw the gadget and I was like, yeah.
Fine, I'll pay the taxes, I'll talk.
Exactly, so...
Deport me now, I don't care.
She's doing a pillar. Yeah, it's, nice little latch hook kit there, so yeah. And she was giggling away as she was making all the blokes in the hangout cringe with this gadget. This is Alan showing the world what's next up on the bench. This is the DB4 that he's doing, the MFH kit.
This is what it will come out like.
Yeah, it's a 1/12 scale, mate. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I admire anyone that does those.
Oh, yeah.
This was Joe starting his scratch buildery journey. Honestly, folks, type his name in the search and you'll see how he does all of this.
I don't even know how you cut thin strips of plastic card that straight, because when I cut them that straight, I'm doing it with my hands, you can't see, they kind of bend away and curve.
Yeah, you can buy 2mm strips and all different
that's true. I forgot about
tubes and styrene tubes and angle iron tube and all of that lot. Because I've got a tube up there full of different tubes, but he's still doing all the strips and that with standard styrene as well. If he hasn't got them in that scale, so yeah,
he's got the same little clips as me. Cool.
But yeah, oh yeah, we all copy you, Fox.
No, I got mine from the local pound shop. I didn't know anybody else would ever have them.
Yeah. How much were they?
Well,
see what I did.
There you go. It was Oral B thing, that rack that Steve used. I knew it was a shopping rack of something. Toothpaste tubes.
Bill says, I went for a blood test today. The nurse just said, you'll feel a little prick. He said, I thought that was a bit personal. So we did there. Jeff says, good to see you, as always, to Stefan last. It's always good to see Stefan.
All right.
This is Steve Bundy. This is the component parts of that spaceship. And yeah, it was an Oral B dispenser.
Yeah.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. I just love it. It probably goes into shops, and I wonder if he goes into shops and like buys the last of something so he can have the thing it was stored in.
Yeah.
I want to buy that. Can I have the thing it comes in as well?
Oh, yeah, if you want. Unbelievable, isn't it?
When I was much younger at school, I used to go into stores and ask for their posters and things.
Yeah, I used to do that at our local Our Price and HMV.
Yeah.
If they had a promo and that.
My local, I think W.H. Smith's did a promo one summer, like going back to school, and they had these like big sort of 3-4 foot tall standees of a cartoon fox. So when it came to the end of the season, I'm like, can I have that? Yeah, if you want it.
I used to have a big cardboard Eddie of the number of the beast that I managed to get from an Our Price shop, and I had it for donkey's years, but when we did the move down here, it kind of got a bit destroyed in the removal then.
I had a load of posters from our local bookshop, but I'd never read the books, but the posters were quite cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he is rather talented, isn't he?
Yeah, you can imagine each one of those little semicircular strips, like bits, being like a little hatch to a storage unit.
Yeah,
stuff
little
in.
pods coming out and things, and
You've got little pods.
You're right, you made a little pods, mate.
Your little pods are coming out. You matron.
But yeah.
It's more fun looking at this stuff and trying to identify
the stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to look
there's
at
a
what
couple of
parts.
chassis. Yeah.
Chassis.
No. No. Not at all.
I forget when he won that Baneblade, though. He said it is Greebles.
Yeah. He said, you don't mind, do you? We're like, no, not a problem.
No, do what you like. It's your prize.
I like the fact he's using like the back deck of a Tiger tank as well, which is classic TV and movie sci-fi model building.
Here we go. Post from Ron. A diorama of the German soldiers in a cap and civilians moving to safety. And there's another 3 more figures to be added. Yeah, this is... when I first started doing that Berlin dia, I wanted to do hello, hello, but it would have been a rather tall and rather long diorama. And I had an A4 by A4 space to fit in the E-model shelf, and it was like... Yeah, but this is what Ron is up to. He's doing a cafe scene, and this is where I hide my Berlin Dio now, because it's just not going to compare, is it? So
no.
He's got the refugees, teachers family, the German soldiers in a cafe, Chandler's family of refugees, and the cafe itself. So I can see where you're going. And I do believe he's also bought a packet of XPS foam and all.
Oh, nice.
So
here's a question.
Yeah, go on.
What is a Chandler? I think I know, but I can't remember.
A Chandler's a refugee, isn't it?
Is it?
I presume, yeah.
I thought it was like a trade, like a I don't know. I thought I knew what Chandler's meant, but I don't know.
You've got a teacher, Chandler. Is it a bit of a wheeler dealer type person?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit like a rag and bone person, you know?
Yeah. Or like a craftsman, or I don't know.
I don't know. In the chat, anyone know what a Chandler is? Someone will Google it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, because I'm doing a live stream.
Yeah,
You've got a keyboard there. Google it.
Yeah, I'm busy being pretty on telly. I can't do that.
No, I never normally stopped you. PJ, 124th Italiari Jaguar XJ220 Racing. This was the engine compartment could have done with a little more detail. For the same reason, he swapped out the kit supplied wheels for a resin set from his box of wheels and tyres. Those issues aside, it was a thoroughly satisfying kit put together. Even the decals, which I thought might be problematic, went down beautifully. And this, for me, this colour scheme is up there with the Golf colour scheme and livery.
Yeah, it's just kind of classic, isn't it?
Yeah, that Martini scheme always works for me on rally cars, touring cars, Formula One, and yeah.
It's kind of a colour scheme from your childhood, like the Golf. It's just like stuff you remember.
It's an iconic brand, isn't it? And it just works, doesn't it? Just have a swig of drink.
Have a swig of drink. But that's looking absolutely awesome. We know PJ does fantastic work on his cars, and you can see the non-stock wheels have just come out looking much better than the ones that would have come with them.
Absolutely beautiful work, and you know, take the praise because he's quite a humble chap. But,
do you know what's really depressing there?
What
is that? I remember when XJ220s were cutting-edge brand-new cars, and now they're like classics.
I can remember when they was launched, and one of the first people to get one was Elton John, wasn't it? And it was like, yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, this is an ancient old classic. It's like, oh God, really? I'm not that old, am I?
Yeah, I've got one in the lounge on a plinth. You know that cabinet photograph I sent to you of all the big bikes and that? There's an XJ220 in the middle cabinet, and it's like, yeah.
Nice.
But I'm just sitting here looking at that, and the lines still work for me.
Yeah, I like the fact the rims actually look metal.
Absolutely. Phil says to Bill, that reminds me of a bit from the young ones where Vivian is going to try acupuncture on Neil. Yeah.
Yeah. Vivian, now you might feel a bit of a prick, Neil. So what else is new?
Do you remember the uproar when he put the hamster in the toaster?
Oh, yeah. Do you remember when Neil had a cold and they put a bin bag over him?
Yeah. But yeah, even the hamster had little forehead studs, didn't it? It was like,
hang on, what was it called? SBG, I think it was called, wasn't it?
Something
SBG,
like that, yeah.
Glasgow
there you go. Bobbins says, in medieval times, a chandelier was someone who made candles. Was there 4 of them? 4 candles? I'm having that.
We'll have that. We'll have that.
But look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I can imagine conforming these was, how can we say, a proper tongue in the corner of the cheek situation.
Oh, yes. Nice work as always from Peach.
Yeah. Always does beautiful work. You know, I'll be going, stop it, I'll behave. And then with the other hand, he's going, praise me. Praise me.
I don't want to make you feel old, but Sophie just says, I prefer old cars over modern cars. I hope she's not saying that's an old car, because that will make us just feel old.
Yeah, it's when you see some of your favourite music on the vintage channel and you're like, yeah.
It's like there's a guy who used to live down our road that had a load of like vintage cars in his garage.
Yeah.
Like 1930s and 40s. And he had a couple of them that were like from the 50s and 60s. And I realised just recently, to him, they were vintage cars. My Fiesta would class as a vintage car to him. And that's like, oh, that's old.
Mate, I broke out Motorhead Ace of Spades album during the week and whopped it on the turntable of stacked hi-fi system does. And was, proper, enjoying the moment. And it dawned on me that the album came out in 1980, 45 years, mate.
Oh, yeah.
I remember walking in to buy that, and it was like, yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Dude, it still sounded as beautiful as ever, mate. Vinyl, innit? What more could you say?
I remember buying Jean-Michel Jarre's Rendezvous when it came out, and that was 40 years ago. Oh, man.
I know. It makes you cringe, doesn't it?
I remember walking along the street listening to Magnetic Fields thinking, this is so modern. And it's like, yeah, that was 45 years ago. Oh.
Unbelievable.
I don't want to be old anymore.
Yeah,
Everything
but
I don't want to.
It makes you feel old, but you can still, like you say, I've still got all my original vinyl stuff, and it's just like, you can remember where you was, what you was doing when you got it, and it's like...
You do realise that to the younger generation, some of the music we grew up with could technically be classed as classical now.
Yeah, but Cal specifically asked me to bequeath him my vinyl collection, because Lex has got no interest in me vinyl collection. Don't own a stack system, where Cal's like me, he's a purist. He's got old school stack system, turntable, and he's like, dude, don't ever sell your vinyl. He said, I'd love it. He said, if you left me. I said, I'll add it to the will and bequeath you it. And I made the change. And he was, I didn't mean it literally. I went, sure, mate.
Yeah, the thing is, he knows the true value, and I don't mean monetary value. He knows the true value.
Yeah, but he's like, and he still sits there, and he's like, last time he was round, and I said, I've also bequeathed you the hi-fi system as well.
Yeah, proper separates and stuff.
Proper separates, valve amp and that. And he's like, oh, yeah. I went, you're the best dad in the world. I said, yeah. I said, but I'm not going anywhere just yet, mate. So you can take your eyes off it.
Yeah, don't start getting thoughts just yet.
He now comes round and he just goes, Excalibur, you will soon be mine.
He's probably already made a space in his place wherever he lives in his house.
Yeah, bless him. But yeah, I like this. I like this a lot.
Engine goodness.
Yeah, I want to know whether you do XJ220 squeaky right hinge when you open that, because for some reason the right hinge on all of them squeaked. The left one didn't, but the right one apparently did.
It was probably like a component from a Iveco van or something.
No, in there, but it was a Morris Ital. Yeah.
What was the spanky supercar that had like Iveco wing mirrors or something, and like something on the stalk? One of the stalks was from Transit. Yeah, from a Ford Transit, wasn't it? It was like some I don't know.
Wasn't the reboot of the GT40? Was it? Because I know it had some switches on the switch panel from a Transit as well, and it was like
it came with a copy of the Sun on the dashboard. No, we've got to take that out.
Yeah, but no, as usual, beautiful work page.
Yep, awesome stuff.
Dudley Scale Models recently completed the NPC 67 Pontiac GTO. For the base, I applied block primer using Mr. Finishing 1500 with Mr. Colour Thinners. My intention was to use a custom blue with very small glitter and the help of LP47. Let's have a look, he pops, because he's done the full burnout bit.
Either that or somebody inside's having a very good day.
Phil Bolton's got a good question. He says, who remembers the first album you ever bought?
Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier, on cassette.
Oh, first album I ever bought was Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti, because my mum gave me Led Zeppelin too.
It's cool when you can say your mum got you into Led Zepp. That's kind of
yeah. She was a proper old school headbanger. The next album after that was 24 Karat Purple. So she also gave me a copy of Deep Purple Fireball. She was a proper Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, Hawkwind, all of that lot. And she did like a bit of the old Ace of Spades. I'll give her that.
If you were American, you would have been into like Lynyrd Skynyrd and stuff.
Yeah, Freebird. Yeah,
Freebird.
Love that album. Track even.
Yeah. Anyway, look at this smoke effect. I love it.
It's mint, isn't it?
It's like it's one of those things that's probably not simple, but so simple in concept that you think, yeah, it's awesome.
Well, when I did my Dreadnought, do you remember the spoof Ed Roth vehicle I did? And I did it as the Starsky and Hutch car, and I did that using cotton wool and then airbrushed underneath it with Tamiya smoke and stuff like that, just to darken up the balls of cotton wool.
Yep.
And yeah, it seems to work. I think if we zoom in, he might have done a similar idea.
You have a history with Starsky and Hutch, don't you?
Oh yeah, my Ilman imp. 1300 GT, I hasten to add, was hand painted with a Starsky and Hutch stripe.
I just have this belief and hope that in the world somewhere, probably still in the original place, there is someone walking around who every now and then says, "Do you remember that Hellman imp that used to look like the Starsky and Hutch? Can't you remember that?"
I have a replica of it just behind the Robocop on the bench, mate.
But that's the thing, it's like somebody out there will occasionally remember that when they're just musing about the past.
When I used to go and pick her indoors up in it, she was like, "Could you just wait down the street?" And I was politely asked to trade it in, so I got my first Mini.
Yeah.
And did a swap, and it was like, I ended up with a 1071 Mini Cooper.
Oh, nice.
In its place, and so that's what I ended up with, and it had all the mod cons of the little cable door pull and all of that. Look,
nice. Yeah. I'm pretty certain that my car is somewhere on the internet.
Yeah,
because I've seen people taking pictures of it, but I've never seen it on the internet. But I know my car's out there on the internet somewhere.
We got some albums coming in. Stefan last listened to Devo's Freedom of Choice album yesterday. It also came out in 1980. The Bobbins, REM, Automatic for the People. Good choice. Bill Bolton's was Star Wars soundtrack because he's a nerd. Nothing wrong with that.
Good call.
Aurora's was Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. Good album. Stefan's was Indiscreet by Sparks. I was 7. I remember the controversy when they appeared on TV doing This World Ain't Good Enough for the Both of Us because his brother looked a bit like Hitler, didn't he? Yeah. And everyone was up in arms the way he kept staring at the screen with his little toothbrush moustache. And I remember that.
Was it Sparks that used to barely
point.
Move? He used to stand there with a keyboard or something.
Yeah, he used to basically be like a mannequin staring at the screen. His brother was quite flamboyant, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But, yeah. Brilliant tracks.
A bit like Kraftwerk when you see them live. They just stand there.
Absolutely. Alan Parker's quick little build of an ICM 72nd MiG-29 Ghost of Kiev. Good kit. I've got that up there. And, yeah. It itself was absolutely dreadful. Yeah, I've heard that, mate. Lots of flash and things that didn't fit well. Happy how it came out in the end. And more importantly, his daughter loves it.
Oh, good.
That's the key. And it's for a good cause as well, because donations were made, weren't they? So I can't say what to, because YouTube sees it as a hot topic.
Yeah.
But there you go.
I think it was perhaps a little bit rushed to production.
Yes. But, the digital camo really does work, I must admit.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
You can't knock the Ukrainians for their camo schemes. They look kind of kick-ass.
Yeah, I was trying not to mention name, but there you go. But, yeah. You're trying to fault now. But, yeah, it really works well, mate. Good model. Good model. I need to know, Alan, that you did airplane noises, mate.
Can you imagine trying to, freehand paint that or just airbrush mask it?
Yeah.
If it wasn't the decal. Oh.
There you go. I was trying to remember their name, Jeff. Brilliant. Yeah, it was the Mail Brothers. Yeah, they're still releasing albums. Yeah, they're in their 70s now, Jeff, I do believe. Yeah. But, yeah. Very, very inspirational musicians, and a lot of people owe their careers to their musical style, don't they? Because it influenced a hell of a lot of folks.
Sophie says she has the Flash Gordon album. I had that. God, that's going back.
Yeah, remember
it's
that.
Terrible. The quality is terrible. All the clips from the film are like mono.
Yeah.
They just really spent no expense on making that album.
Stefan says they released their 28th album last week. Yes.
I looked up Tangerine Dream the other day. They've got thousands of albums. Not either concert albums or studio. They're just still
proper
going.
prolific.
Yeah.
That's another Philip Primetime model in there from back in the 18th of May. This was Joe there doing a bit more scratch buildery goodness.
Yep, on his P40E.
On his Mutang. Sophie says, look at this, glue wheel. Please stick to the pavement.
I see what they did there.
I like that. Now, that would work in a diorama, wouldn't it? Just that little side of that in the background of a little scene.
That's how you'd know you're looking at a TED diorama.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I like that. Please stick to the pavement. That was Marcus's live stream from the other Saturday, folks. Andy Quinney, right. We have got an update on his MFH Hero 1/12 scale Fiat 131 Rally a bath. It's a shower, not a bath. See what I did?
I see what we did there.
There has been lots of test fitting, fitted hinges to the doors, then hung the doors to the body, sanded where needed, also had some manipulation needed on the tailgate to get it to open and shut and fit nicely. Also have aligned the bonnet and the grille. There was also some resin pieces to fit into the rear arches underneath the arches. Been a while.
Hasn't it?
It is, which was done then filled to finish them off. Now to prep work and ready to prime the body. Thanks for looking as
This is another MFH, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Model Factory Hero, mate. But look at that.
Something about white metal that always fascinates. I don't know why. Always reminds me of like when you used to have toy cars and the paint would come off. You used to have this white metal.
Well, yeah, I can remember metal cars where we used to dip them and repaint them.
Mm.
You know, and it was always something we did, especially if you managed to go down the market or the junk shop and that, and you'd get a load of old car models, you know, die-cast, Matchbox, Hot Wheels, that sort of thing. It wasn't as if you was destroying a dinky toy, so you used to just dip them in your mum's oven cleaner and paint them to whatever you wanted, and that's what first got me into painting. And
do we know if these resin? They are resin, aren't they? The body shells of these.
Resin, resin or white metal.
Is it cast resin or printed resin? Do we know?
No, it's proper cast resin, mate.
Because if it's cast resin, knowing how much of a nightmare it is to cast anything in resin that doesn't warp, bend, stretch, or go out of shape, it must. That's one reason why probably for the higher prices is to get a body shell that's even remotely the right proportions and shape and not warped. They must have to waste so many castings. This is why
a lot of the builders have to do a lot of fettling because of warpage and reshaping that's required, and that it's a similar thing where you warm it up and reshape it and fettle with it, and
to kind of cast that hollow boxy shape. I mean, they must have a lot of rejected runs, and then
absolutely, with bubbles and things like that, but it's proper cast pressure pot resin, I would have thought, you know, probably on an industrial scale, don't get me wrong, you know, they're not like us with a small pressure cooker type thing, you know, but
it kind of makes it more impressive and makes the price a bit more swallowable when you really, like, you look at like a lot of Forge World kits, they're just big blocks of resin. Whereas it's a body shell. It's like, that's not an easy thing to do.
It's the process. Quality. I mean, you know, the casting of the white metal, the casting of the resin, everything needs a mould. And, you know, it's not a cheap process, and it's craftsmen that are employed to do these things. You know, they all need to get paid wages. So when someone says, oh, they're worth this, and everyone balks at the price, I could look at that and go, yeah, but think how much that is actually cost to manufacture.
Yeah, for that one body shell in resin you've got, there's probably 5 failed runs to get that body shell. I wonder how they decide what to do in metal and what to do in resin. That's interesting. I've never really thought about it before with these specific kits, but it's an interesting hybrid.
Well, yeah, it is, because your instinct would say make the whole body shell in white metal as well. But I can imagine the cost of the ingredients would make that quite prohibitive. But
yeah, I mean, it would make an easier building experience for the builder because there wouldn't be any warping and stuff. But at the same time, I suppose. It's interesting, though, isn't it? Like how they make the decision to do one bit.
I mean, you know, it's one of those. In ground terms, you would sit there and go, "I would love to do one," but I couldn't justify the cost personally myself because of the fact that, you know, I don't have an income for a start. But you would covet one. Don't get me wrong, just to do one, but I could invest the money in a new motherboard for the computer type thing, you know, so I have to look at what my current priorities are, so I mean, I suppose if I had a win on the lottery, then I'd go and get a load.
But I mean, I suppose if they were going to do the body shell in metal, not resin, they'd have to do it as lots of separate parts, because you probably can't do that in metal. Like you do on a part work, you don't get the body shell in one big part.
Absolutely, but my enjoyment of these I get through watching people like Andy Allen, PJ build them, you know, Simon builds them, you know, and I get my fix through watching those guys do them.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, deep down you're sitting there and you think, I'd like to have a go at one, but at the moment, you know, the priority is a larger 3D printer and a motherboard for the PC, because Windows 10 is coming to the end of its life. And
yeah, it's a thing that a lot of people often complain about the cost of some kits, and it's like,
yes,
I think you have. It's the point now where you have to accept the fact that there's different, not levels of modelling, but there's different. I can't think of the word. There's different bands of modelling for different budgets, and no matter what you're doing, whether it's modelling,
well, it's good, better, best, isn't it? You know, you have your good, which is the Revell. Your better is Tamiya's, Rifles, Trumpies, and then the best is going to be the high-end MFH kits and hyper detail up stuff that you get for kits and that. You know, and that's what people aspire to, isn't it?
Yeah, there'll always be different bands. There'll always be, if you're at a lower budget, then, you know, it's not nice to be stuck at that end of the budget, because you can see the stuff that you really want. There'll always be expensive end of the market.
Yeah, you've got your push bikes, you've got your Ford Focus, and you've got your Bentley. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's good, better, best in every facet, isn't there?
You've got your $6,000 gaming PC, and then you've got your £500 games console.
Exactly. So
people that say, "Oh, these kits are too much," and it's like, no, they're just aimed at a different budget.
But we had all of this when the big Lancasters subs and all that came out, and when Ted was doing his sub, people was going, "Oh, it's a lot of money," but there was like 6 different model kits in there.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know, 680 quids. It's 480 quid. So, boom, you know, it makes sense, doesn't it?
Exactly.
But yeah, I do like them. I think they're beautiful, but I doff my hat to the more precision builders.
Yes. But,
yeah.
It's a craftsman level kit, I'd say.
Yeah, Big Paul builds a lot of MFH as well, doesn't he? And yeah, so...
in gaming terms, it will be an enthusiast level kit, which is like the hardcore.
This is the Pandora's box version of Borderlands, isn't it? Let's be honest. Then. Damn, I just did a gaming reference, didn't I?
You did a Borderlands reference and everything. I don't know. It's when you start doing Stalker references, I get really impressed. Or
I did shoot a squid man, didn't I? So
you did.
But yeah. He's doing a pointy.
He's pointing at something.
He is pointing at a intake port. Yes.
An intake port.
Aurora's off. I've been up for 20 hours. Got to be up at 6 a.m. See you all later. Stay safe. Take care, mate.
Take care, mate.
Jeff still has that Flash Gordon album. It got his copy by winning a Flash Gordon trivia contest in a theatre on opening night. I could just imagine you was dressed up in your Flash T-shirt and everything, wouldn't you, Jeff?
I'm afraid I actually went into a shop and gave the man behind the counter money for my cassette of the Flash Gordon. I was only like 15.
It's funny, though, when anyone says Flash, I still go, oh.
The thing is, it's like, it's not a bad soundtrack, the songs. It's just the actual bits in between the songs are so bad.
Lex watched the movie with Brian Blessed in the other day, and he said, Dad, I know when you said it needs a remake. I went, yeah. I said, it's worthy of a more recent remake. I said, but this kind of has got a little...
You can't remake Flash Gordon.
Yeah, it's got a little nostalgic love about it, innit? You know?
It'd be like...
It's camp kitsch, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't... It's unfortunately now, Flash Gordon will always be associated with that kind of camp, cheap kitsch cheesiness that if you do it seriously, it's just rubbish.
Exactly.
It's just not worth it.
That was Andy's MFH there, looking really sexy, mate. This is Joe, bit more scratch buildery goodness. Oh,
a little marking on what he's going to do, all lined up, ready.
Brilliant, isn't it?
And that what gets me is, like I said before, he's got the same little clips as me, so I know exactly how big that little clip is. So therefore, how big that cock is. Tiny.
It's ickle, mate, isn't it? But yeah,
it's like the size of a rice.
Proper old school, out with a pencil, sketches it all out.
Yeah.
And yes, there will be scratch buildery going on the E-Models build, so the pencil will be out.
Still don't know what you're building.
And you'll be happy. And you'll be happy that
Yes.
someone sent me, I don't know, however many of these coffee stirrers. And,
Who sent you those?
yeah, they'll be getting implemented as well, mate.
Nice.
You still
You
don't
putting a
know
rope
what it
bridge on
is.
it?
No, but there is going to be rope on it.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're now really confused, aren't you?
Make a model of the Pope. It'll be Pope on a rope.
See what you did there. I see what you did there.
Phil Bolton says, add me to the Still Got My Flash Gordon album. I couldn't believe when I was young and I realised the bits in between the mono. It's like, even when I was a kid, I was like, that's so lazy. Come on now.
I think I only own about 4 CDs. The rest of everything I own is vinyl because it's vinyl. Do you remember when you used to get gatefold albums and you had that pleasure of just opening up all the different flaps? And you'd get double albums, Wings Over America. I've got a copy of that. That's a triple album. Things like Blue Oyster Cult, Yes albums, all of that sort of thing.
Yes. Oh, you got a bit of prog rock in there.
Oh, well, I would have to, wouldn't I?
Yeah, it's true. Bit of John Anderson. Yeah, the thing is, like, when I started buying music, I was in my early teens. I only got into music, and that was just by chance. So I was buying cassettes, and I think I eventually got like a stereo system with a record player in it, but it was like in the late 80s, early 90s. So I think I only ever bought like about 3 albums on vinyl. And one of them was Jar's Equinox.
Yeah.
And I think the concerts in China. And I think that was it. I may have only bought 2 or 3 actual vinyl records in my entire life.
Yeah, I got.
And then CDs came in, so I just got started getting CDs. So I missed out.
I've got box sets, Springsteen, Quo, Bolan, T-Rex, all of that sort of stuff.
I only had a few years between getting a record player and CDs.
Me Zeppelin is all vinyl, Rolling Stones is all vinyl. It's just like, you go and yes.
Connor says, I've got to head off now, unfortunately. Have a good weekend, everyone.
You take care, buddy. Connor. I'm waving. You can't see me, but you take care, buddy.
Time, don't we? I do that when I'm recording voiceovers, I wave and it's like,
yeah. Look at this.
I'm with you, Fox. I so hated the dialogue clip, says Phil. Oh, yeah.
Yes. He's been out with a hairy stick there.
Yeah. I love the fact he's made what I assume is some sort of Nerf gun hand grip into a motorbike seat.
I'm sure he said he's been out and done some hairy stick and decals on the junk speeder bike from a few days ago. I had to look twice because I thought it was Heinz Baked Beans spaghetti. Heinz Baked Beans label. But
I think that was like a bottle with beans all over it. So he's not painted it. It's like, I don't know what it was, or something with. I don't know.
I was right. It is a beans thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's doing a little speeder. But everything looks functional. That's what I like about what he does. Jeff will probably pick up on that because Jeff's quite an engineering type character with his gadgets and stuff, And
I mean, the seat of that reminds me very much of the seat from the Ghost in the original Halo game, because I had little action figures.
Yeah.
And I had an action figure of the Ghost, the little floating motorbike, Covenant motorbike thing. And that had a seat just like that.
As well as being our very own Carl Sagan, he is our very own all-in-one Mythbuster because he's a bit Adam Savage, Jamie Hyneman is our Jeff. He does like a good gadget. Steampunk-style Victorian apparatus.
Apparatus? Ooh.
I know. I can just imagine him sitting there going, I could build that.
Some sort of mechanical-powered contrivance.
A mechanical machine contraption of apparatical wonderment.
Yes, powered by internal combustulations.
And explosive minute engines.
My powered lady compatibility flatterer or something.
Yeah, he'd have an automated bum patter or back scratcher or something like that that's got all these big spider arms hanging off of it. And
I can think of a few people that would happily take an automated Attaboy dispenser.
Phil says most of my vinyl was movie soundtracks. I think I got War of the Worlds somewhere. I got that on vinyl.
I went through a phase of getting soundtracks. I think what's the first soundtrack you got, Phil? Apart from Flash Gordon, which I didn't realise was a soundtrack.
I think he said Star Wars, didn't he?
Was that a film? Mine was my first actual soundtrack. Soundtrack was the 1989 Batman movie. Because I only got the Flash Gordon because it was Queen and I was into Queen at the time. So
yeah. My first Queen album was Night at the Opera.
I never had that. I think my first one was...
I think I got that because that's the one that had Seven Seas of Rye on it, I think.
Yes, I think it was. My first Queen album I ever bought, I think, was Greatest Hits, and then I bought Queen 2, which is way back into the 70s. Yeah. You know, the White Queen. It was when they were in their kind of slightly prog rock, let's all sing about ogres and giants and fairies.
Because, I mean, around about the time that Freddie died, they was doing all the box set video releases, wasn't they, of all their music videos and Queen 1, 2 and 3 albums or whatever, when it was all sort of like a archival greatest hits type thing, and then Freddie died and it was like...
Yeah. It does amuse me in the 70s how many bands started out by writing terrible songs about like giants and fairies and fantasy nonsense and like castles and...
I mean, I can remember
so
the first time I sat down and saw... the very, very cutting-edge Bohemian Rhapsody video.
Oh God, yeah, that was the first.
Because
one of the first videos, wasn't it?
It was such a massive event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I sat in awe at the wonderment of what I was seeing. I've got all steampunk there, but it was as a young lad. I think I was what? Was it 76 Bohemian Rhapsody, there or thereabouts? It was mid to late 70s, I do believe. So I would have been about 9 or 10 years old. And it was one of them. It was a pivotal moment, wasn't it? And it kind of changed your whole musical outlook. And I wanted to explore their music more because I just was knocked off my feet by it. You know?
I always remember getting Queen's album The Game and being utterly disappointed that it was lifeless and empty and not very interesting. And in later years was reading how it's viewed as one of their best albums. It's like, really?
They had a similar thing with Hot Space, didn't they? Where people were a little bit critical of it because it was a change in musical direction, wasn't it?
I always thought The Game was just like half effort, like simple.
I mean, Freddie was like a male Madonna, wasn't he? He liked to constantly evolve as a front man, as an artist, as a performer, both in look and musical taste. And you know, I loved the operatic stuff that he did with old Montserrat Caballé, I think her name was.
That's the thing. He was a performer. It wasn't
his voice, his vocal range was unbelievable, wasn't it?
I mean, nowadays you just get some woman on stage in skimpy underwear, and that's classed as talent. Where it's like, no, there's no performers out there anymore.
Even now, I find, because Cal is heavily into Freddie Mercury's music, and he said for a bloke, he had such a passionate, a thought-provoking voice as a singer.
Oh God, yeah.
Even now, he said it rattles through you. He said it's so emotive, isn't it? And it's like,
there's never been a voice like it. I mean, he could go from soft falsetto to like delicate singing to like really belting it out, but still in a pleasing musical way. It's like I can't think of anybody else that has a voice anywhere like Freddie Mercury.
I can't think of a better frontman.
No,
to be honest with you, and you know, Cal he's pretty much building up a full vinyl every record of Queen that they've done because he's like blown away by him, and he's got things like the Mr. Bad Guy, his solo album, plus all the operatic stuff he did, because he said his voice is just haunting.
It's almost like in the same way that Bohemian Rhapsody is like, to me, is a song that no human actually ever wrote, it just became.
Yes,
because it's like nobody could have written this song. Surely it's always existed.
Yeah,
it's just in the same way Freddie Mercury's voice is not. That's not a person singing. That's just some sort of thing from the gods of a voice.
I can remember giving him because I had a duplicate copy of Bowie's Ashes to Ashes, and that's what first got Cal into Bowie, and then obviously the duet he did with Freddie with Under Pressure and that, you know, he said it worked. He said their two voices together really worked, and it would have been great to have seen them do more collaborative work together, but it just didn't happen for one reason. But
I mean, you can. It's easy to understand why people of our generation look at modern music and just think it's drivel, because it's talentless. Most of it's talentless pap.
yeah,
There's no. I can't think of many. There are some, but I can't think of too many like talents nowadays like that.
yeah.
That aren't
Yeah.
actually people that are in their 80s still doing it. Like, you know,
Phil Bolton says whenever he needs a pick-me-up, I put on Queen's set at the Live Aid concert. Well, this is it. I can remember when the list was issued for Live Aid. I can remember because I was just starting my apprenticeship back then, if I remember. When was Live Aid? 84, 85, something like that.
85, I think, 86.
People were like, oh, what's he doing on there? What are they doing on there? Da, 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 da. And I said, have you ever seen them live? Well, no. Sit back and watch it because you're going to be in for a treat, you know. And he knocks it out the park. And the amount of interest that they garnered off of that one performance kind of revived their career. And it's so sad that not long afterwards, Freddie started showing signs of his illness, bless him.
Yeah. It's like he was a showman, and you don't get that anymore.
He
The only
had-
showmen that are around nowadays are in the 70s and 80s. And
He had that Live Aid audience both in Wembley and around the world. He had their balls in his hand.
Oh, absolutely.
Gave them a squeeze and went, right, I'm on the stage now. I've got to show you what entertainment is. And stole the show. I still think it's one of the greatest live performances there is.
Yep.
Stefan Lars says, my first soundtrack was Earth Girls Are Easy. Got it because there was a Nile Rodgers remix of Depeche Mode's cover of Route 66. There you go.
We're 5 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, we'll go to Laugh Past because I'm in the gallery at the moment and I want to show some more of everyone's work. So I'll extend the gallery shows by half hour. Freddie was the human equivalent to Concord, so yeah, great comparison. And Phil says I might have to look that one up to Stefan last. Yes. Next up, we got Steve Munder. A friend of mine has been collecting random plastic cack for me, which I ain't heard that word used for years.
Cack, nice.
A bulk freighter called the Mary, not finished yet because she looks so good in primer. So he did there. Oh, yeah, we're going to Laugh Past 2 today, folks, just to give you a bit more gallery goodness. Hope you don't mind if you've got plans. Apologies. But yeah, and this is
see the little things he's got.
Absolutely, this is the beginning to that freighter we've been showing you. Beautiful, though,
I love
isn't
the
it?
fact he's not even taken the labels off the bottles. He's just kept them on because it'll
Why not?
primer and give texture.
But look, all the computer keys.
It's just so good.
Brilliant. It's genius, isn't it?
You know he either has an old knackered keyboard or he bought a keyboard for like £3 on Amazon just for the keys.
Can I say that looks like that Logitech keyboard that everyone gets on Amazon for about 12 quid?
Could be.
You know, the
X-Wing
one with the real thin keys that if you press them more than 3 times, the little membrane splits underneath.
Oh, yeah. So, Logitech.
We've all had one.
Yeah. I can spot an X-Wing engine there.
Good shout.
At the bottom left. And an X-Wing fuselage as well, which he's I can see how he's got, it's quite good. He's got a chunk of the fuselage and then he stuck the end of the nose.
Yeah.
I can see how he's done it, and that's really cool. He's cobbled together the fuselage into a shorter fuselage. I like that.
Brilliant, isn't
That's
it?
quite nice. That's just, yeah.
We sat
And I
there
kinda
once when we
recognise that.
showed one of these, didn't we? We started naming all the bits.
I kind of recognise that bit that's like a crane arm, but I can't think where it's from. I'm thinking Gunpla of some sort, but I'm not quite sure.
Does look like the Gunpla stand, doesn't it? That
Yeah,
holds
like a
up
bit
the
of a-
back of a Kshatriya
Yeah.
or something like that. Damn, I've just done a
Yeah.
Gundam reference.
You've just done a Gundam reference.
There's no hope, is
We
there?
both need to get our Kshatriyas done, don't we?
Yeah, mine's
have you
still
seen-
sat on the shelf just to my left, mate.
Have you seen on the inside of those bottle tops
Yeah.
that I assume are little medicine cups or something? It's got that little texture that looks like goose feathers just by the
Yeah.
nature. Ah, that's so clever.
Brilliant,
That's just
isn't it?
whatever was inside the bottle top cup lid thing. It's like a night nurse lid, isn't it, or something?
Oh, Night Nurse, yeah, do you remember that? Night Nurse and Day Nurse, yeah.
X-wing engines again. And he's put all the little greebles between the X-wing engine and the body, so it looks like. I love the stuff that Steve does.
Yeah. It just
I love
works.
identifying things. It does. I love going, I know what that bit is.
We often use the word genius, and I know he's like, oh, but I'm only putting this, and the... Yeah, but it's the fact that you've got the vision, and we love that. Yeah. Dan Croak's latest completion is the Assegower 72nd F1068 Delta Dart. This vintage kit was built straight from the box over 2 weekends, and it was an enjoyable, straightforward build. Sometimes you need one of them just as a palette buster, don't you? Look at that. Mm. I like that a lot.
Nice bit of shading, airbrush shading on the
exactly
on the ailerons.
And it's one of those kiss builds, isn't it?
Yeah, keep it simple.
Exactly, and it's
in the days when the American Air Force really didn't know how to do any kind of stylish signage. U.S. Air Force.
I'm surprised they didn't do it in Times New Roman, but
yeah. Oh.
Yeah. It's like I say, some of these, I mean, I've got the Flight of Kiev up there, I've got a couple of biplanes up there, you know, and it's like, yeah. Well, I might actually dig down the Fokker and sit and build that little biplane.
Is it a big Fokker or a little Fokker?
It's a 1/48 scale Fokker. The RAF BE-12B that Medlock sent me as a wind-up. It's like, yeah, I've got to get you to swear, mate, 'cause there's rigging and everything. I'm like, damn you.
I love how you can tell this is an old kit because there's very little surface detail on it.
Exactly.
It's quite straightforward, isn't it? It's quite simple. We've done 2 of them.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. And again, he's another talented builder, Dan.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Very nicely done.
Pop over and share the love, folks, at the Dan Cave because, yeah.
It reminds me of the original Star Trek Enterprise, which was just that kind of grey with some shaded stripes, not a lot of surface detail.
Just works, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can see how that Enterprise was a product of its time in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Absolutely. Absolutely beautiful. That was a prime time from the beginning of the month. We got Max here this week, he says. I finished some more Gaslands cars, this time the Indefeeble prison cars from an existing team called the Wardens. See what he did there?
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare. Oh, no, that was the Boltons. All the drivers have been all the drivers' doors have been welded shut into their cars, so they have to race for their freedom. So what he did there. Reading out loud, Cole, how hard is it? I made all the cars super banged up and worse for wear since they are prison cars. Don't want to spend money on something that's not going to last one lap. Hope you guys like them. There you go.
What happens if they need to go for a poo?
Trust you to think of that. But, yeah.
I like to think these things out.
Well, you know. Yeah,
he likes his Gaslands car, does Max, doesn't he?
He does. But yeah, he's probably.
I want to know where he gets all these plates to put on the front of the cars that are just about the right size and shape.
I do believe a lot of them are either scratch built, come from Warhammer kits, and he also does a bit of printing, I do believe.
Oh, right, yeah, because like all the louvers and plates and stuff on the windows.
Yeah.
Work really well.
So, yeah. Proper battered up.
Spotted some orc sigils there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Happy days.
Nice bit of mesh on the inside of that window. He takes them apart, doesn't he? And like
yeah. He drills out the rivets that hold the cars together, strips them all out. And, dirties them up. Dirties them up, he does.
Dirty. I like the way I don't know what he's got stuck on the side there on the door. It looks like maybe some card that he's folded over.
Yeah.
But it looks now like sort of a sheet of metal that's been bent over and just hammered into place.
Yeah. Bolted or riveted to the door. It's like, yeah, you're staying in there, mate. Yeah. Bit of louverage going on there.
Louverage. That looks like a Dodge Charger to me. Maybe, or maybe not.
Happy days. Yeah. Like what you're doing there, Max.
Yep. Always good.
Always good.
We'll never say no to weathering.
No, exactly.
More orc stuff on there.
And yeah, I can imagine he does the proper driving noises and all of that, not because,
You can just imagine what kind of big, noisy old, like, V12s they'd be. Probably that style.
You know, you can pimp up a station wagon. I mean, it's like, go for it, isn't it?
In my internal story, you see the grill on that one where all the little bits in the grill are different lengths.
Yeah.
They're all air pipes, and when you press the horn, it plays through all them like a pipe organ.
Yeah, that's the exhaust system going through there. That would be good, wouldn't it? Look back.
I see what you did there. What was the character called? Was it... I can't remember his name.
Clive?
It might have been Clive. Not now Clive.
Yeah, does anyone know what the name of the Lurpak character was? Yeah, we're showing our age now. Yeah.
We are, yes.
Have you some of that?
I spy with my little eye a Warhammer thingy cannon on the back there. Quite good.
Yeah, you'd see them coming, wouldn't you? You'd run a mile away, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Natasha Jones has got an update of her pink jet, and it is pink.
It is all the pink.
This
all
is
the pink
a Eurofighter Typhoon, and she's painting it pink as part of the breast cancer awareness thing that's going on. So, yeah, there's a reason why she's doing it pink. It's all for a good cause, folks.
Yes.
And
it is so pink.
Absolutely. Good morning, all, says Ross. Oh, hello, mate.
Hey, Ross.
I thought you was already in, mate. He's probably in an hangout, saying yattering and all of that. Yeah, I went in to see him, but it's taken him 2 hours to come and see me, Fox.
I don't know. You can't get staff, can you?
Bit cruel. I mean, are you tearing up like I am, mate?
I am. I'm just filling up a little bit.
You know, I went and helped him out. I'm a little bit disappointed. Go and stand in the corner and think about the consequences of your action.
Think about what you've done.
Bless her. She's doing all of this with Airy stick as well. Bless her. So, yeah.
That is such a fantastically bold pink. I don't think I've ever seen a pink that pink in model paint. I'd love to know which paint she's using because I want it.
Is it Lily? Lily the pink? That's what I did.
Medicinal compound.
You got an earworm there, haven't you?
Yeah. I tell you what, the last week and a half I have had the Blake 7 theme tune in my head. And it's,
have you really?
It's terrible because it's both the best piece of music ever written and also the worst piece of music ever written.
Yeah.
And the worst performance of music ever. And I can't get it out of my head and I hate it now. It's like I need that pink. I need to do something. I need to do another Hello Kitty Warhammer with that pink.
Oh, yeah, I'm sitting up looking at my little Hello Kitty Sherman up there, and it's like...
Yeah. Well, I did that one for George, didn't I? Hello Kitty Lehman Russ. I'll say that again in words. Hello Kitty Lehman Russ.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anywhere near as pink as that.
That is a serious pink, mate.
Take your pink and then add more pink to it and all the other pinks.
Yeah. Look, we got Dave. I'm having a blast here with this here blast. A long way to go yet. I've left a nub behind, as I know it will bug Fox. I also know that the red and green on the wheels will mess with Panzer's OCD. The plan is to be a rusted wreck. The front end may end up on bricks, or it might be left as it is. Oh, well, there you go. Have you some of that? This is the custom booster blaster. Yes.
I've got all these built and I never got around to painting them. I really should.
Oh, yeah, I've got them at the end there. It's like, yeah.
I started building the one that was like a fighter jet. I started painting that and then lost interest instantly. I don't know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nice little lime to red there.
Absolutely. Colour fade and all of that lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
Happy days. Big old double tyres on the back there.
Your double tyres.
I've made a double tyres.
I'm not seeing this nub that is left behind, so I consider myself not annoyed.
Yeah.
There's 2 engines on that car, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm still looking for it. Where did you say you'd left
2
it?
engines.
Left behind. It doesn't say where he's left it.
I see it not.
Is that it? Oh, no, that's a scene.
Your plan has failed.
Yeah, that's not a nub, that's a seam.
I see spikes that look like nubs, but they're just spikes.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, mate.
No. Not seeing nothing.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's gone to all the trouble of getting all the seam lines out of the tyres.
Looking good. So. Happy days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was said he'd end up down the Warhammer hole. He said, no, I won't. I won't. And yeah, he's building Warhammer.
Yeah, he's in Warhammer.
Go and sit in the corner, Dave, and reflect on the fact that you're now down the hole.
Now.
This is Alan Parker's MFH 1/12 Scout Lancia 37 update. He's calling it finished, well, at least for now. It's been a very lengthy build as usual. It's certainly not my finest work. Do you want to slap him down?
Yeah, can I send him a slap in the post?
Yeah, he says it fought him hard in places. The decal's been one part. He had decals made by a few companies hoping for a good quality decal. Unfortunately, excuse me, was very disappointed. He ended up making his own as all the others had different issues. This is by representation of one of the Wiv Lancia 37s that run in the Costas Merelda rally. It's close enough from me, but far from perfect. Thanks for everyone for the continued support. It won't be long before another is on the bench. He's leaning towards the DB4, blah, blah, blah. And I think you've been overcritical on yourself, mate, as normal. So,
yeah.
Finger has been wagged, mate.
See, I'm seeing a nice smooth paint job.
Yeah.
Fantastic decals. Very clean, very nice.
Not that he's going to listen to me, but yeah, don't be hard on yourself, please. Carry on, mate.
How did he get that decal on the grill at the front? You know, the Griffon one.
Oh no!
I wonder how to get it look like it's painted on mesh.
Switchcraft, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't see where you're beating yourself up on this one, Alan. Because
do you think he let it dry and went back and individually punched every hole in the grill? We got to know.
Possible.
Look at it. Come on.
Shenanigans. I call shenanigans.
This is witchcraft and tomfoolery, Alan.
Yeah.
You can go off some people. I've never liked the bloke.
This is why I haven't done any model making videos for the last few year, because there's no point. Not with talent.
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah. Pack it all up.
Get up. Can you pack all my stuff up as well at the same time, Charlie? Come and get me.
Absolutely stunning.
Prodotti e sistemi di fessaggio.
It's just,
I don't know what that means. Sounds good.
I wasn't paying attention, mate.
Oh, look at the shading on that exhaust muffler.
Look at that. Absolute beautiful, isn't it?
It's clearly not his finest work, obviously.
Yeah. Honestly, you want to go and give him a dry slap, don't you?
You do. Yeah, it's not my best work ever. Museum level model. Shut up.
Yeah. Skill level Japan, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I know Alan has high standards that he sets himself, and it can lead him to being a bit critical of himself, but I can't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I'm looking, let's hit the zoom button, I'm looking at the Kevlar on the seats there.
Yeah, that's a hell of a decal job.
You know, and little things like that, and the seat belts and the harnesses, and yeah.
I'm seeing a spot on paint job.
Beautiful work, isn't it?
I'm not seeing any flaws in the paint job. I'm not seeing any flaws in the decals.
Mm-hmm.
That water tank on the left side of above the firewall looks like that kind of transparent, that sort of opaque plastic that water containers are made out of.
But look at the staining and everything. It's just perfect. The clips on the airboxes, and
You're an airbox.
Well, I know. I don't mind.
I'm not seeing where he's beating himself up.
I can sit and look at stuff like this all day. This is where I get my fix for the MFH building, because you see work like this, don't you? And you're like, yeah.
The little spring around the base of the gear lever.
I know.
Alan, shut up. It's brilliant. Shut up.
Beautiful work.
You've even got the little clips on the bonnet and everything. It's like, I'm not seeing the problem with this one, mate. Not my finest work. Shut up.
I know. Yeah, absolute beautiful work. It really is, you know. And anyone out there that is, you know, seriously into their shinies and that and is debating MFH, this is what they can achieve with them. And it is phenomenal. You know, it's Kevlar lined the bonnet, are crying out loud. Look at it all.
Yeah.
Beautiful, mate.
He's probably criticising himself because perhaps maybe the Kevlar doesn't line up 100% down one joint or something. And it's like, yeah, nobody's ever going to see that. That's just shush.
It's even got fluid in all the tanks. It's just like unbelievable.
I don't.
What? Micro balloons on the dash by the look at it.
Yeah. You're a micro balloon.
I'm
What's
made
a
of micro balloons. Micro balloons is basically like a glue-based stuff with loads of micro balloons in it. It gives you a textured finish.
Oh, right, okay.
You can get textured paint. You can also use micro balloons. Andy, bless him, Quinn Stars said, you know, you can add it to your paint or your primer and it gives you it straight away. And it's like,
does it give you a more uniform, rough texture or something?
Yeah, it just gives you a nice uniform texture because flocking can be a bit hit and miss, as you know.
Yeah. Flocking never looks to scale to me in cars. It always looks a bit...
No, it always looks like the carpet's got a bit of a hair loss disorder, doesn't it?
It kind of always, to me, looks like some kind of Christmas ornament with the flocking on it. I'm like, I've seen better ways of doing it than flocking.
Yeah, like Bill says there, if you didn't tell someone it was a model, they would swear it's real. Yeah.
Yeah. If there was nothing in the picture to suggest scale, you'd be like...
Yeah. But it's not his best work, just saying. But yeah.
Yeah, and clearly it's not his best work. It's so obvious.
Yeah, no. Unbelievable. Beautiful work as usual, Alan. And don't be so hard on yourself.
I mean, that blue strip on the back there under the quarter pane window, it looks like a car body panel, the way it shines.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a painted model. It doesn't look like model paint. It looks like a body panel with glitter on it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely beautiful, mate. And yeah, I mean, look all the bolt heads around the screen mounts and everything. It's just perfect. Yeah, beautiful work, Alan. And yeah, thanks for sharing that, mate.
Yes.
Simon is another one who is a massive detailed nut. This is not had much time at the bench. Been up to his neck in DIY heaven at his daughter's new house. Time for a quick update on some progress on his project. It is the Profil 24 Porsche 963 Hertz Team Le Mans 24 in 24 scale. Test fit of all the main components with some fetterling, prep, primed and painted the body. Fine scale custom colour. He says decals are now on 2. Next up, 2K the body and paint the rest of the parts before final assembly. Thanks for looking as always. Look at that lot.
That's before the 2K.
Yeah. So, yeah, you just know this is going to be shinier than a diamond in Scout Saris, isn't it? It's going to look...
unusual colour, isn't it?
Beautiful, though, isn't it? It works.
Gold. Yeah. Once it got the coat on it, it'll just be quite incredible colour.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing the end result of that bad boy. So nice to see you, Simon. And I hope everything goes all right for your daughter in her new home, mate. This is Phil, and he's Bolton. He says, not the most exciting subject. Stop it, Phil. But this old Revell kit went together without any hassles, and going by old photos was really quite accurate, both inside and out. Every model is exciting, Phil, mate. Oh, yeah. Happy days, mate.
For some reason, whenever I say the Spirit of St. Louis, I always think of Richard Scarry books. I don't know why.
It's the Lindbergh one, wasn't it? Spirit of St. Louis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Charles Lindbergh, wasn't it? Yeah.
That's the one. Was it the first transatlantic flight or the first across America flight? I can't remember now.
I think it might have been transatlantic, wasn't it? With Charles Lindbergh?
Yeah.
Because wasn't he the one whose child was sad?
The
Lindbergh baby. Yeah,
Kidnapped.
such a sad story that was, yes.
I like the little thermometer on the top there for the wind speed.
Yeah, because wasn't it Amelia Earnhardt, the lady? She's the one who disappeared, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like mid-flight. Yeah, that's true.
Her and Fred Noonan. I only know Fred Noonan's name because I watched that episode of Voyager.
Yeah, because Glenn Miller was in the channel, wasn't it?
Yes,
that was right.
Yeah. And Jimmy Hoffa, he wasn't in the plane at all.
Oh.
Yeah, I think there's a Richard Scarry book where like one of the characters is like in the Spirit of St. Louis plane, and it's like that's the only reason I always think of Richard Scarry now when I see that.
Yes. But again, a really iconic plane, you know, and it's one of those, Phil, where, like you say, oh, it's not exciting, but for me, it's a piece of history. It was a moment in history that perhaps could be forgotten if models of it weren't built.
How did he see where he was going?
Stuck his head out the window, probably, guys.
I was going to say, for flying straight in, but when you're coming to land, you kind of want to see where you are.
I'm wondering, is that a viewport on the top of the wing there, up there? Is that a little window?
I don't know.
But unless he had a bubble that he stuck his head out.
No, I think it was just that nose cone. They must have really just popped the head out the window, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I say
Strange,
more, yeah.
Crazy men in their flying machines. It's weird when you think, though, how long we've come in just over 100 years.
Oh, yeah. You know, going from the Wright brothers for, is it 100-metre flight or 100 foot?
Yeah.
To the space shuttle going up and Starship and all of that gubbins to Concorde supersonic flight.
Yeah, to Voyager leaving the solar system.
Yeah. Yeah, how did he see where he was going? Phil says yes, it was transatlantic. Here, Phil, you built it. Was there a windscreen in it, mate?
Yeah.
We
How
need
did
to
you see
know.
where he was going? I mean, even if there was a windscreen, there's a dirty great big engine in the way. So
yeah,
like taking off, you just point it in a straight line and hope you don't hit anybody. But landing would be more.
Oh yeah, it's like the guns, wasn't it? People used to say, how comes they didn't shoot the propeller? But it was timed, wasn't it? Where the bullets fired in between, you know, blades being in front of them type thing. You know, it was all sequenced, wasn't it?
I seem to remember first that wasn't the first design with the gun timed with the propeller piston. And it was actually the first time somebody tried firing one and it shot the propeller off. They went, that's probably something wrong.
Yeah, because they used to mount them on the edges of the wings away from the props, didn't they? And then gradually...
Or up on the top away.
Yeah, gradually they're like, yeah, we can time that. But yeah. But again, you know, like I say, how many times? There was a little tiny window on his control panel. There you go, mate. So that was a little window then. Yeah.
I can't see where it looks out. It must be tiny.
Oh, yeah, I pointed it out to you.
Oh, the one on the top there?
Right up there.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you something, mate. That ain't a wide range of vision, is it?
No, balls of steel, I think, is what we're talking about.
Jeff says very well done. Exactly. So, yeah, it is. I think it's an exciting build myself because it tells a story, and that's, for me, is what it's all about. Keeps the memories alive. There's Natasha with a live stream. Funky Friday, apparently.
Yeah.
There you go.
We've got time for one or two more, I think.
Yeah, Marcus, that was his Saturday evening from the beginning of the month.
Is he that grumpy when he's on the stream, though? Because the picture makes it look like he's a bit grumpy. He's a bit annoyed.
Yeah, Marcus could... we don't call him the king of the wibble for no reason.
No, just move all the lamps.
Yeah, he can go for a wibble. See, the thing is it doesn't take much to pull his chain, so you just load the gun, fire a test bullet, and you leave him to go, mate, and it is quite entertaining.
Does he have a very pullable chain, does he?
Yeah. All you do with Marcus is say, so that Metal Earth Black Pearl, how much did you enjoy it? That's it. You can get at least 20-minute wibble out of that alone. Send him any kit or a bit of photo etch. That's enough.
Bit like saying Toblerone to you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's Joe with his scratch buildery goodness. Edward Leonard here is finished a BBR.Models 143rd multimedia kit of a 2004 Maserati Grand Sport, painted gloss black, then 2K with KP pigments, then HB hypershift added. Pigment particles, excuse me, are a little large for the tiny model. Thanks for looking. Cheers. It's a pleasure, mate. Phil Bolton says Charles Lindbergh saw forward through a periscope and by turning the aircraft to look out of the side windows. He also used a special map with straight lines representing great circle routes, according to Google even, and Sophie said exactly the same as me with Marcus Blackpool.
I love the idea of, like, in those CTV patterns days, how do you see where you're going? You go sideways and look out the side window, idiot.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? But yeah.
How do you look behind yourself, turn the shit round, and turn the plane round and go backwards?
But it's nice to see that we all know Marcus's reputation and what sets him off. It's like,
of course.
It's a bit like John Cleese or Captain Manwery, you know, don't mention the war. You know what I mean? It's a bit like that.
Yep.
You know, so you just go, Blackpool. Yeah, that there would get a 10-minute wibble out of Marcus just by showing that.
Well, I have to say, the font they've used on those instructions will get a 10-minute wibble out of me, because Dom Casual, really? That's one step away from Comic Sans series for that. So
yeah, but, you know, how many people do you still use MS Script? It's like, yeah. Happy days. Nice bit of interior going together. Interior.
Yeah. Is this resin? It looks resiny. Yeah. It's a mixed media kit.
Yeah, yeah. I'm assuming. There you go. Bit of the old interior going. Then two shades work really well together.
Yeah.
I must admit, they really do.
That's XV77.
Yeah, Rhine Oxide and a bit of Agrex.
Rhine Oxide.
Or a bit of Reichland. Yeah. Are we naming Warhammer colours?
You are.
Sophie says, sorry if I offended you. Why do you think you've offended anyone, my darling? You haven't offended anyone at all.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would think that. But no, you're never going to offend
flesh
us.
on the seats, there you go, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's bad that we can now look at colours and name the Citadel paints.
Yeah. Yeah. Not offended anyone here.
No, you haven't said anything that would be taken as offensive, so give over.
Yeah, not sure why you would think that, my darling. You don't offend us. There you go. Happy days. Yeah, I like what he's done with it.
That dashboard does work, doesn't it? The two browns.
It reminds me of the interior of my Mark V Cortina for some reason.
I was going to say, it's a very 1970s colour scheme. And
yeah.
I do have to admit.
Yeah. Go on.
I have a liking for the 70s kind of brown colour schemes and oranges sometimes.
Had a look about it, wouldn't it? That chocolate and beige. Yeah.
Not always, but sometimes it just
worked, didn't it?
Yeah, and you're like, oh.
Bit like when people in the 70s discovered Magnolia. They all had walnut furniture of Magnolia, and it was like walking into an house built like this car, you know what I mean?
Or avocado.
Yeah.
Avocado bath sets.
I had my mum and her sisters discovered fondue sets back in the day, and my mum still has an original Hostess trolley, mate. She still uses it, mate.
We until recently had like a Hostess trolley, and we had fondue sets in the 80s as well. I used to love them. It was like, what? You're telling me that I get a metal thing and a piece of cube of meat and I put it in and it goes, and then I eat it. That's the best thing ever. Give me all of them.
Oh, yeah. That Hostess trolley still comes out at Christmas, bless her.
Wheels it out.
Yeah, wheels it out. Yeah. So still going strong.
Just 2 cups of tea on it and that's it.
Yeah, but it's one of them, you know, and it's...
Yeah, we got
stayed with her for all the house moves that she's done in her life. It's like...
It was only about 10 years ago that Mama Wolf got rid of the original sort of teas made on the bedside table in her bedroom.
I bet I could walk into my mum's house, open the drawer on the left-hand side, and sat in there is still an original button here.
Oh, button here. Do you remember? Did you ever do that?
Presents.
Did you ever do the thing where your mum would get you like school trousers, and then she'd use that like tape stuff to turn them up?
WOBB. Yeah.
That's it. WOBB.
WOBB. Yeah.
It used to last about 2 days and then just be rubbish.
I still, under my stairs, have a Rolly kit. Do you remember them?
Rolly kit. Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, I know. But if you put any nails or screws in it, they'd always fall between the tapes and you couldn't close it again. So yeah, it really worked. But yeah, I like that. I like that paint job. Proper colour shifting really going on in there.
Yeah, he did well. I mean, he said that the other paints with the sort of particle paints with the particles out of scale. It's like that's the problem with any particle paints. Beyond a certain point, they just look too big. The grain is too big for your kit, but that looks spot on. That.
Yeah, I like that. It works. Cool. Yeah, that is proper transition going on there. Look at that.
Colour shift. Yeah, I mean, I've worked on colour shift cars, and you know,
trying to do a patch-up job on the spraying is yeah.
Oh yeah, we thankfully we only ever had to detail them, not actually do any of the paint jobs.
Yeah,
we used to say to people, "Can you get rid of this scratch?" And you'd be like, "No, not at all." What this guy bought, it was an old 19. What's that? What's the Mercedes that the heart-to-heart was, the soft top one, the big long one with the soft top? Is it a C class, S class? No.
Was it a C90 or something like that?
I think, yeah. He had one of them, and he spent a fortune getting it painted in colour shift paint.
Mm-hmm.
It looked fantastic until he scratched the garden gate post all the way down the side.
Yeah, it's
and
a
he
really,
wrote it to us and says, "Can you fix it?" And I said, "No, you have to get the whole car resprayed."
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, can't I just get that panel?" I said, "No, it's a colour shift paint. You have to get the whole car resprayed all at once. You can't get it done the panel." He said, I've shot myself in the foot with this." I said, "You kind of have. It looks fantastic, but you can't ever get it scratched." He said, "I know that now." In the end, he had to get the whole. It cost him a fortune to get it resprayed.
Yeah, because it's one of those, you can't blow just a wing or anything, because you will see straight away that the bonnet and the wing just don't.
Yeah, and you'll never get them to match because it will be ever so slightly different. So anybody out there thinking about getting the car painted colour shift, just keep that in mind. You can't paint the scratch out. You have to get the whole car.
It really does work.
Oh yeah, it's worth it if you can afford it. Good job there, Edward.
Cheers.
Looks rather mint.
With such a vivid colour transition.
Mm-hmm. It's a challenge for any modeler to do that kind of paint. So to grab it by the horns and just say, "You know what, I'm painting this."
Yeah. And then last up, we've got Christopher. With some more Space Marines with all the skulls. Not some of the skulls, but all of the skulls, folks. All of them.
Alles die Skullen gefahren.
Happy days.
Look a bit like Iron Legion there with their metal armour.
Certainly are, mate. I love that.
He said it was a custom chapter, though, didn't he? He said he was doing.
Yes. Happy days.
Yeah, very nice. I love the base. It's very nice.
They really work, don't they? Because it's it just gives it a story. I went all back by graves then. I want to tell you a story.
I want to tell you a story. I went into flipping that bloke with the beard that did garden stuff, wildlife stuff.
David Bellamy, rummaging through the undergrowth.
Yeah, and then he kind of went off the rails a bit.
Yeah, started life as a booth boxer.
Yeah.
David Bellamy.
Yeah.
In the fairgrounds.
Yes.
There you go.
Awesome.
She's still with us, David Bellamy. Is he still around?
I think he died.
For some reason,
if I remember rightly, according to Wikipedia, I could be wrong, he kind of edged himself out of the sort of science community because he got into climate change denial.
Yeah, he had some slightly out there views, didn't he? Did he? Am I right in thinking he went a little David Icke?
No, he wasn't. Got to choose my words carefully here.
Yeah, we've got to be very careful.
Yes, but he was more grounded in, let's say, I don't know, reality than David Icke. But no, he just had a few kind of contrarian views about environmental stuff that kind of pushed him away from the general community. Yeah, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah.
Listen. There
Nice.
you go. So that is us, folks.
Ending on Space Marines, you're down the hole because you ended on Space Marines and you know it.
Absolutely. So that is us two pillocks done for the night.
Bill says they have all the skulls so they can get ahead.
See what you did there. See what you did there.
Laugh, I nearly took my light back on that.
So massive, thanks to each and every one of you
Yes.
that has taken the time to post. It is always nice to see your work. And yeah, we will endeavour to make a point of not forgetting.
Yeah.
It's the first week is gallery week because, yeah, I forgot last month. So I'll send myself to the corner. If you're still with us, Sophie, you haven't offended anyone, my darling. So
Yep, she's there. She says thank you for a
big
lovely
hugs.
stream.
So, yeah, reach out and message me sometimes, Soph. Purely and simply because I want to put your mind at rest that nothing you can do in here is going to offend myself or Fox. You know, get to know us more. But I can honestly say to you now, you've got nothing to worry about. So feel free to come in here. One, be yourself. Two, express yourself freely because we are a community of caring for each other. We're not in it to throw stones at each other or anything like that. You are part of our little family in here. So just relax and be you because we respect you for who you are.
Yeah, we're like Need for Speed. It's all about family. Is it Need for Speed? No, Fast and Furious. I got it wrong. I'll just shut up.
Yes, shut up and go back and look at your GT40, your Dodge Charger, and sit there and go, how could I not know the quote from the film that this car was in?
Well, I could look at the Dodge Charger and then think, Christ, I need to dust that.
Yeah.
Shiny black car with a layer of wax on it, and it's in a dusty environment.
Yeah, needs an acrylic case, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah, I've got one, but it's quite big enough. I don't want that for Mandalorian.
Yeah, when I put my partworks on this shelf of goodness, I'm actually going to put an acrylic frame around it all so that it all just... Phil Bolton says, great show as always. Sophie says, thank you for a lovely live stream. Our pleasure. Thank you for your feedback. Always a pleasure to spend our Fridays with you. I'm really looking forward to adding the Wednesday show, so keep an eye out for that. I'm looking at launching that show with Warhammer Wednesday live on the first week of every month, and then for the next weeks it'll be a group show with me and my mates just shooting the breeze and having a laugh and a joke. The reason I'm going to do one Warhammer Wednesday a month is we've both got a huge backlog and it gives us a slot to dedicate to it away from our mainstream content. So
Yes.
Sophie says, I've got the need for speed. So with that, folks, we're going to love and leave you. Don't forget, pop and keep Marcus company for me tomorrow because he's a good mate of mine and he always helps support me and gives me shout-outs. But there is one condition. All of you that go into Marcus's stream must remind him of the fact that when I went on his show, I built my Black Pearl in one live stream. Because that really aggravates him and he might swear at you.
And did you do it while you had a lamp near you as well?
I did it whilst I was a guest on his show.
So there was a lamp involved.
And he called me a lot of names.
Ooh.
And he's invited me to go on tomorrow.
Were some of the names words that you didn't even know?
Yeah, so if I make it on tomorrow, I am prepared. So, yeah. So keep an eye out for Marcus, and we'll love and leave you with that.
Yes.
And we'll be back next Friday for a frolic, and then the following Monday, me and him,
Me and him.
will be over on the YWOBB channel, 9 p.m, to launch our new YWOBB live stream builds. Okay, folks? In the meantime, thanks for each and every one of you for keeping us two idiots company. Thanks to all of you that reached out and done super chats. It really does help keep this going and pays for the StreamYard and all of that.
Yes.
So big heartfelt thanks to all of that. And obviously thanks to him for coming in and being my co-host.
Just doing my job, ma'am.
I'll see you later, folks. And Sophie says, black belt. Yeah, do it. But even though we're live on the internet, yeah, try not to remind Marcus that I put you up to it. But he will blame me straight away. And he may call me a bar steward again.
Yes. You worked at a lot of bars, haven't you?
I have, mate. Take care, everyone.
Adios, amoebas.
Stay safe and well. Love you all. Bye-bye for now.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down,